Who wants to lead us in? We're so bad.
Not me. I don't want to do that.
I'm pretty sure I did it last time.
Hera did do it last time. I will do it. I'll be so brave about it.
Oh my god, the host is going to introduce the podcast? Fuck.
We're all equal co-hosts. And if you keep calling me the host, I'm going to make you do it.
Okay, I'll be nice. I'll be good.
Welcome to Turnabout Breakdown, a podcast where we replay all of the Ace Attorney games. We're playing Ace Attorney 2 today. No, we're playing Ace Attorney Investigations 2 today.
I also can't stress enough that me and Hera are not replaying them.
Whatever.
The host of this podcast is replaying the games.
It's true.
It's true.
2 of them. 2 out of 4.
2 out of 4.
I'm Jay Costello. You can find me on the internet at JM Costello. And I'm here with my friends. Devon?
Hi. My name's Devon. You can't find me anywhere. You'll find a past version of me who used to post things. And if you want to see that time capsule of my online existence, you can go to algae_dust on Instagram. Otherwise, you'll find me on the top of a hill, screaming and dancing with joy.
Fuck yeah.
I'm going to pass to my friend Ro.
Hi. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. How we're starting this is great. It's really good. I'm Ro. I'm also hiding. I'm just gonna very, very quickly. Devon passed it to me, and I'm gonna instantly rebound it over to Hera.
Hi, I'm Hera. This is professional.
Oh,
You like my professionality,
you like my product?
It's true.
which is a word that I have willed into existence at this very moment.
Gotta be a real word.
My fact checkers are currently checking if this is a real word.
It's a real word.
Fuck. I'd like to apologize for taking credit for inventing the word professionality. Please direct all complaints to the username Herakemera on social medias, various.
Okay.
Hey, did you know that professionalism was invented by a religious order in 1675?
That sounds right.
Huh.
That sounds right. I'm not gonna look further into that. I don't think.
I trust and believe my friend Ro, who would never lie to me.
I would never lie. I would simply spread mistruths that I assumed were true. Which is fine, because then I'm not culpable for any of it.
I think they talk about that in this case, actually.
Yeah, they do.
We got recommendations this week.
Yeah, has anyone been enjoying anything over the last... It's been a month since we last recorded.
Oh,
Has
man.
anyone been enjoying anything in a month?
I can go first if we
Yes.
want some vamping time.
Fire away.
I mean, it's not vamping, it's answering the question that I asked. I would like to recommend the podcast Friends at the Table. I spent the last month listening to Perpetua, which I was very behind on. It's the new season. And I feel like it's insane. I feel like we've referenced it like 18 times on this podcast because it is so influential to everyone who listens to it, but especially, I think, has become so influential to this friend group via the conduit of Hera and I. I feel like Ro and Devon don't know this, but I feel like I need to...
For
out
me,
loud.
Jay, it's extremely obvious whenever the two of you are making a Friends at the Table reference. Mainly because half of them are from the one season that I've listened to.
I feel like it's been so influential on us that I can't believe I have not said it out loud on this podcast before. And I just spent the whole month listening to Perpetua, and it was good. So I recommend it.
Yeah. And I to jump on to the end of that, I've been really enjoying their other podcasts, Media Club Plus and Side Story. But that's not my recommendation.
Oh.
It is simply a recommendation that appeared out of the ether. My recommendation is a video game called Blippo Plus.
Yeah!
Which is presented as a package of satellite TV channels that have come from another planet similar to ours. It's hard to call it a game. It is a game. I'm fully on the it is a game side. It's like a series of FMV channels where each channel has 5 1-minute long episodes of TV. And as the game progresses, it progresses across 11 weeks. It originally came out on the Playdate, and when it was on the Playdate, it was in like real time. But now you can just sort of go through it. It's really cool. There's a lot of nostalgia for like 80s/90s television in there, and it's just a really fun experience. I don't know, how many weeks did we watch her? Like 3, and there's like 10 or 11, I think. But it's so fun.
Your favorite show in Blippo Plus?
My favorite show is it's the Twilight Zone one. I don't remember what it's called. Well, in lieu of remembering what it was called, I'm gonna say Boredom, which is a show of like, there's a lot of teenagers just sitting in a room talking about their thoughts, and it's the only show that's like run by teenagers, and they have a very good fashion, and they talk about aliens in the first episode and if aliens would be hot or not. What's your favorite show, Ro?
It's a toss-up between Confetti Cowboys and Quizzes.
Quizzes is really good.
Quizzes is really good. Quizzes is very much like a retro game show a la Dungeons and Dragons, where the people on the show are like playing as tabletop characters, but they're also answering quiz questions to like get further in the dungeon. And the host is a funny traffic cone wizard.
The
Hell yeah.
Twilight Zone show is called Realms Beyond, with host Eric von Ziplox.
Hey, did you know that there's a website that shows what is currently airing on Blippo Plus?
Is there really?
This is really good. It's literally just like a TV guide. It's really good.
That's so great.
Devin, do you have recommendations?
I do. It's something that I keep talking to you all about, and now it's time to tell everyone else about it too, which is something called 5 Rhythms, which is... Do you ever want to like dance and you're like, but I don't want to go out on a Friday night to like a club where my feet are going to stick to the floor and it's a bit gross and everyone's leery and everything sucks and everyone's drunk? Well, boy, oh boy, have I got the thing for you. It's kind of sort of like meditative, sabbatic kind of spiritual influenced kind of movement group, and you go along and they have 5 rhythms. I cannot remember all of them, but basically you move through like different energy states as you're dancing, and it's really lovely, and you're encouraged to just do what feels best for you. Sometimes they'll suggest you partner up with somebody. That can definitely be ignored, and it's just like such a lovely thing to like A, dance sober, and B, like people are dancing in the most like goofy ways you've ever seen, because it's just like they're just doing what feels right for them, and then you just feel so like uninhibited because you get to do that too, and everyone is just like moving around, having a good time, and it's really, really lovely. And I recommend it if you're somebody who's like, I want to dance, but I'm maybe not into like the going out scene. And also if you're like into like, you know, meditation adjacent things. I will say that sometimes it does get a bit woo, and if that's not for you, that's okay. It's very much like just take what you want to take from it. It's a pretty chill thing. And man, dancing's really great. It's so joyous. And I just want to tell everyone about it. So there we go. That's my suggestion. Go and hurl yourself around in a room with strangers if you want.
Yeah.
Dance like God is picking you up by the scruff of your neck and throwing you against a wall.
Oh God, yeah, that's it. That's what I do. Ro?
Do I have a good recommendation? What have I been doing? Hera, what have I been doing the past couple of weeks?
Well, you got really into Hollow Knight Silk Song, but I believe you've already talked about that. You're currently extremely into the video game Digimon Time Stranger.
Okay, yeah, let's do those. So I 100% completed Silk Song 3 times. I beat it once normal style, I beat it once speedrun style, and I beat it once Steel Soul style, which means I didn't die when I did it. And now that chapter of my life is closed, I've decided, fuck it, I want to get really back into Digimon, so I ended up playing the demo of Digimon Story Time Stranger, loving it a lot, and then buying the game, and I've been playing it basically non-stop since I got it, because it's got all of my favorite weird little freaks in it. I think the reason I like Digimon so much more than Pokemon, because I've never really been that into Pokemon. I've played like 1 or 2 Pokemon games ever, and they never really clicked with me. I think Digimon just feels like so uninhibited in terms of its design, because like you've got your cute Pikachu-esque baby monsters, and then you've got some like genuine terrifying freaks in there. I found a new kind of Digimon that I've never seen before called Deltamon, which is basically like 3 monsters glued together. It's got heads for arms and 2 tails, and its face looks like it's been painted on. It's really creepy. But like, because they all talk, you can have a chat with Deltamon, and he's just like, man, I'm really enjoying spending time with you in these dungeons. And I'm just like, fuck yeah. I love spending time with you too, you big 3-headed dragon monster.
Hell
It's great.
yeah, this guy is great.
Yeah, I love spending time with my Digimon. That's what I've been doing. I guess the recommendation is either if you don't want to spend time with Digimon, just spend time with something you were very addicted to as a child.
Which segues perfectly onto this podcast.
Spend some time with your local weird freaks.
Spend some time
Which
with your
also segues
Welcome to the
really well
podcast,
into this
Turnabout Breakdown.
podcast.
Beautiful. Totally beautiful.
Guess what, everybody? I didn't forget the summary this week.
Oh, yes.
Woo!
Woo!
I wrote this. I was so jet lagged when I played this game. So, this is going to be an adventure. The president of Zengfa has come to thank the Los Angeles prosecutor's office for stopping counterfeit money getting into his country. But watch out! Somebody shoots him, and the only person who can solve the murder is Miles Edgeworth. We investigate the scene, meeting back up with Gumshoe and Kay, and being introduced to Tabby Lloyd, a plucky journalist with a familiar-sounding mentor. We also learn about Edgeworth's secret power that he's developed in the last 2 weeks. Mind chess. Our evidence leads us to a suspect who turns out to be none other than Tequila. Or, sorry, a completely normal ice cream salesman called John Doe. But Doe outwits us and points out that there are actually inconsistencies with Tabby's story. She's about to confess to something when Bronco Knight... Is that his name? That's not his name, I don't think.
That's his name.
Oh, it's...
You
I
got
was
it.
getting mixed up with Bastian Rook. His name is Bronco Knight. She's about to confess to something when Bronco Knight, one of the president's security, appears and tells us that the president is fine, but the other bodyguard, Bastian Rook, if only I'd looked one line down on my summary. Bastian Rook took the bullet instead. He then announces that the Zengfa police are taking over the investigation and tries to arrest Tabby, but Tequila puts a knife to his throat. Knight reveals who Tequila is, and Tequila insists on Edgeworth staying in charge of the investigation. Everyone other than Gumshoe heads into the president's plane to investigate further, while Gumshoe secures the area to stop Tequila from escaping. After we investigate the plane and Rook's dead body, Tequila tells the president to come out, but he refuses. Saying he's seen enough to know the truth, Tequila leaves, completely ignoring whatever Gumshoe was doing. Then the president, Dijon Wang, does emerge and tries to shut down the investigation, but Edgeworth defeats him in another blinding bout of mind chess. Through interrogating the president, we learned that it was Knight who fired the gun to create the illusion of an assassination attempt. Tabby was in on it insofar as they told her to point a laser at the president. Knight continues to accuse her of Rook's murder, but we unspool his tale to prove that it was in fact him, as he was jealous of his rank and prestige.
What a loser.
What a loser.
What a loser.
Get a grip.
I want to start off by saying, based on reading everyone's notes, I have absolutely no clue what the general temperature towards this case is. So before anyone says anything that makes me reconsider my opinion, I want to say I genuinely had a lot of fun with this one.
I enjoyed
Says
it.
nothing.
I got good vibes. I really enjoyed the bit in Jay's notes which said, "This is my everything is smoking sick style."
Uh-oh.
And hell yeah. I'm so happy.
Yeah. The thing about this game is that, it has all of that fan servicey stuff from the last game. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we'll see whether that holds up. But it definitely still has, a ton of nostalgia value for me in the way that, the previous game did for Devon. But, it does in, multiple ways, because I have, I think, done more writing about this game than any other Ace Attorney game, which is really funny. I did a piece that I really, really, really enjoyed in 2021 about the fan localization of this game, which I'm sure we will discuss at length during this season of the show. It's one of my favorite things that I've ever written. And, yeah, so, doing that was really, really great, because it was there's this Ace Attorney game that no one has played because it's only got a fan translation. And, obviously, I've always really loved it since I played it, based on that version. And then they released it, and like that was such a weird thing to happen. I never thought it would happen.
I was also really shocked.
Yeah, and so I played it recently when they did that, and I was like, oh, like it really holds up in a way that I wasn't necessarily expecting. And now I get to play it again with my friends. Yay.
Yay.
Aw.
Yahoo.
To kind of
Yippee.
talk about that last thing you said about it holding up, I think like when I played the fan
Spoilers.
translation. Well, yeah, let's find out. 'Cause I have not played this version.
I was trying not to say that at first, and then and then when you repeated it, I was like, oh, I did say that, huh? Whoops.
I think I assumed the fan translation did a lot of heavy lifting, maybe compared to the way in which the writing is different in the first Investigations game. But I don't know. Let's find out if I enjoyed this one so much or not. Who could say? The first time. Disclaimer, I'm going to complain a lot about the names changing. Sorry.
Boo. I like the names in this one. I think they're the exact
is
kind of
super
tongue-in-cheek
fair.
that I like.
I think we need, like, the unbiased opinion of you and Hera, because Devon and I are just
Yeah.
like, no, that's not my guy!
Yeah, we're sick in our brains, so...
I think the thing that struck me immediately about this case is that in sort of just like this general sense, in a means that is hard to place, the writing does just generally seem better. Which is a really difficult thing to quantify because it came through in a lot of different ways, and mainly by the fact that there were like these analogs for characters who had existed previously. But I liked these analogs so much more than the original versions of those characters. And there was just like a lot of really subtle bits of character writing that didn't really mean anything significant, but they just indicated that there was more like thought put into the internal mechanisms of how these characters like think and operate that I wasn't really seeing enough of in the last game. So I'm cautiously optimistic about this one.
I think something that's very interesting for me is that it's hard to tell whether the work on like this game sort of flowing better than the writing in the first game is whether that was done in the original writing of the game, which came out in 2011, or whether this was done in the translation effort, because obviously like I can't read Japanese, and this came out in 23, 24, 23?
Yeah, it was September 2024.
Right.
That was pretty quick. That was pretty recent, I mean.
So you've got this 13-year gap between the original coming out and the localization coming out, which is a lot.
That's a long
a lot.
time.
So it's hard for me to say, oh, is it that the writing has gotten better between Investigations and Investigations 2, or has the localization gotten better between Investigations and then 13 years of Ace Attorney releases, which, to be fair, I don't think it's that many games. It's like 4, right? So it's weird. I think I was just looking it up, and the last localization that came out before this would have been the Great Ace Attorney in 21. So not that long ago. But we haven't played that one.
I still need to finish that one.
You will.
I'll tell you
all
come.
Oops.
But yeah, that's very interesting for me, and I don't really have any conclusion on that because I truly don't know. But it's something maybe worth keeping in mind.
Well, I think one way of approaching it slightly is that, like, I know that Devon and I are going to make, like, reference to the fan translation, and, like, I had both of these open when I was watching the videos, and it was very obvious that, like, this new one is written by professional writers, and the fan translation is not. And I say that with so much affection for the fan translation, and it is such a interesting project. The main localizer on it, English isn't their first language,
Right.
and Japanese isn't their first language, so they were translating
wow.
between two of their non-mother tongues. But like, and I don't say that to be like, oh, you can tell that English isn't their first language. I just mean that like there is a style of translation where I think actually it's less about like what language is your native language, but it's about like do you keep like the sort of phraseology and the particular quirks of like the original language in? And I think in the fan localization, like you can really tell the original language was Japanese, and things just flow a lot better in the official localization, which is not very surprising because they've been doing this for a long time and they are paid to do it. They are professionals. But like, so those were the main things that I noticed in like this case, and I didn't spend a lot of time on it because, like I said, I was so jet lagged when I was playing this. But I think that's a way of approaching this question that Hera was talking about, because the stuff that is better will either be the same through the fan localization and the official localization, or it will be the official localization has been like doing that because it's much more recent.
Yeah. Also, I did like this case. I haven't said it yet, but I did.
Okay, good.
We have an actual case.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the first case of a game where it's been a like full case, which is really cool. Every single other first case of any of the Ace Attorney games has always been like half the length of any subsequent case. So it's cool that this is like they got meat on this one.
Yeah, it did
Yeah.
scare me when I opened the video and it was like 3 hours, and I was like, for a tutorial case?
I have a question. Was I the only person who played this in like a normal state of mind?
No, yes.
No comment.
Okay, all right, okay, cool. That's rare. Okay.
Take it away, Ro.
So Edgeworth arrive at Gourd Lake to meet with the president because he got summoned there as direct request from the chief inspector.
The chief
Wait, slow down.
prosecutor.
You've skipped so much.
You have skipped some things.
We start
Before
with
this, the president
most...
gets fucking shot, by the way.
Yeah. There is like the most like overwhelming cutscene at the beginning of this game. Like, you get hit by so much imagery and action that I didn't know what to do because it was
It's
so
like
much
a
happening
movie.
on my
It's
screen.
like the start of a movie.
So you see this big fucked up plane that's coming into land. It's
We
like
love a big fucked up plane.
You kind of fucked up plane just dropped.
Yeah, so it's
the
actually
sky.
not as fucked up as I
Literally.
originally thought, because I thought it was way bigger, but it's a fairly small plane that has like a boat base basically. It's like a weird seaplane.
Yeah, it's not like a seaplane like most people would think of a seaplane. It's like a hybridization between a boat and a plane.
Yeah. So it's got this boat base, and then the wings extend out, and it does have the feet on the wings as well, but it's a very weird looking thing. And then you get a shot of a flag. Have we seen the Zengfar flag before?
I don't think
I
so.
think this is the
So-
first time. I don't remember. I feel like I would have commented about the fact that the flag has a phoenix on it before.
It's really good.
You get the reveal that the plane is touching down on Gourd Lake,
Good reveal.
which to my knowledge is not an official port of the great nation of America. So I don't know when they like come through customs or whatever.
It's the only lake in the middle of San Francisco. Or California or whatever.
I don't think they live in San Francisco.
The president gets out of the plane. Apparently, we find out later on that he speaks for like 20 minutes before the incident occurs.
That's an extensive speech.
Yeah, well, they say that the festivities take 20 minutes or whatever. The plane gets in at, I think it's like 2 p.m., and then the shot comes out at 2:20. I believe.
Could you
is
imagine the
time frame.
president like giving a State of the Union and like while they're doing that, there's a carnival in the background? Because that's basically what the setup for this is.
Yeah, everyone's getting their dango and their ice cream and
Nah,
playing
hot
rifle
dogs.
game.
There's something so funny about the only game stall next to where the president is giving a speech is the one where you play with guns.
It's so funny.
Oh man, you could have done like bobbing for apples or some shit.
Anyway, he gets off the plane. He thanks the prosecutor's office for the events. By the way, it's March 25th. Case 5 of Investigations 1 takes place across March 14th and 15th. And the The conclusion cutscene is on the 17th, I believe. So it's been 8 days since the conclusion
Yeah.
of the first game.
Miles Edgeworth's life never slow down.
He just can't catch a break.
Can't catch a break.
So the president comes off the plane, thanks the prosecutor's office, does not mention Interpol, talking a lot of big words about the world should be brought to justice. Every criminal ever is going to be defeated. I didn't make a lot of notes on the actual speech.
It's real supervillain dialogue.
Yeah.
It's also so every law enforcement person in this series who turns out to be evil dialogue, but whatever.
Yeah, he looks kind of like a lion.
Great.
And then he gets shot at. We see a couple of like quick shots of his bodyguards standing in front of him with briefcases held open. We see that one of them has like a mohawk and neck brace, and the other one has like a buzz cut and sunglasses. We see people running, and then we hear someone say, "Get the prosecutor's office on the line. Miles Edgeworth needs to get down here right now."
Miles Edgeworth is the only man who can solve this.
Yeah, the only man who could
Stupidest
save the
thing.
president. No, I love it. I think it's great.
Oh, I think it's great. It's also the stupidest thing.
It's so good. He's the only man who can
So
solve the murder
good.
of the president.
The thing about Miles Edgeworth is he famously loves people getting shot at God Lake.
Yeah.
So true.
There's a bit like way later on where the guy's like, "Oh, you're gonna find the bullet that I fired at the bottom of the lake," and he's probably right. There's a lot of bullets down there, so
It could be any of them.
could have been any of them. We also get a shot of Miles putting on his jacket, like getting ready to leave.
He's so ready to do some law.
Yeah, and that's it. Okay, Ray, you're back on.
It's so corny. It's just so good how he's chilling in his office and he gets a phone call and they're like, "Edgeworth, the president has been shot. Well, you gotta get over here right away to figure out who could have shot the president."
The thing about it is, now that I'm thinking about it, he could have just been there. It's a speech of thank, basically him.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, but
this
it's also
is why
so
I genuinely
Edgeworth to be like, I
forgot
don't give a
like
fuck
how
about
how this is set up because I thought he was there on purpose.
And so
You
the
should've.
chief prosecutor was there, obviously, to be thanked, and instead of taking Edgeworth, he decided to take Winston fucking Payne.
Hey,
Oh man.
show some respect to this nation's heroes.
Main man.
Immediately off to a better start by the fact that they actually do name drop Winston Payne rather than him just being a random background character.
Yeah.
Appreciate that a lot. The thing about the chief prosecutor is something I find very suspicious.
It's weird because it could either be this is someone they're waiting to be in the wings to be a major player released like later on, they're like teasing, or it could be someone that they didn't name because they don't want to waste resources on it.
It's possible, but it also just like we've had the chief prosecutor mentioned and not name dropped in previous games as well, and we straight up don't know who the current chief prosecutor is.
Yeah.
So I feel like we gotta find out at some point, right?
Maybe. I don't know, he conveniently left. He was the only person allowed to leave.
Which is a bit, you know. The chief prosecutor is the only person who could never do a crime. Otherwise, how would they become chief prosecutor?
It's true.
True.
Anyway, Edgeworth shows up. Someone got shot. Everyone is still hanging about to see how shot the president was, basically.
Yeah, he got whisked into his plane.
Yeah, you find out a bit later that there was a panic, and I'm assuming all that happened is everyone left and then everyone came back like 5 minutes later.
Well, there's no one can leave, is a key point. They've cordoned off the perimeter of the park.
Yeah. Everyone scattered and then everyone reassumed their positions 5 minutes later
Yeah.
then.
We get this like really busy crowd scene when you arrive, and like everyone's bobbing around. And a really interesting detail is that they do have like repeated sprites in the crowd because like obviously having everyone be a unique sprite is a lot of work. But what they've done is they've like palette swapped the repeated sprites so that they look different, which is really
It's
fun.
good. It's good crowd work.
And it feels like so much richer than like basically anything I've seen in the entire series so far.
What else happens before the first investigation? Anything?
We
Or
walk up
do
to the
we
podium,
immediately get to start snooping around?
and Gumshoe's there, and he's like, "What's up?"
Well, Gumshoe's always there.
Gumshoe's always
How
there
else?
for us.
How else are you going to be told how to be an investigator?
Yeah. He tells you that it's his day off and he got called on, so he also didn't witness the events.
He also can't catch a break.
Also can't catch a break. And he's here to give you some tutorials on how to talk to people and look at things.
I like when they make the dumb, goofy side character actually seem at least some degree of competent.
Yeah.
Gumshoe in this case actually does participate and get involved in the process of investigation to a degree that feels a lot more realistic and understandable. Because I really don't like when literally every word out of a character's mouth is a goof.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Which I think is why we have a universal hatred of Larry Butts, that among many other reasons. But, like, there have been multiple times in previous games where Gumshoe has gotten to the point where he is literally just a gag character, and I much prefer it when he's actually, you know, shows a degree of competence, but is also just, like, a bit of a dunderhead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
Sure.
prefer that.
As Edgeworth is making his way up to the podium where Gumshoe is, he gets hounded by
By journalists.
someone in the crowd. Yeah.
It's Tabby Lloyd, although we don't learn that just yet.
Yeah, it's a person with a very detailed jacket, like a sports jacket. It's got logos on it.
Hype.
Cool jacket.
It's got a Go You logo. Is Go You the airline?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the pipe logo. There's KBS,
Don't know what that one is.
Toto. I don't know. And she's also wearing like a big like camper's backpack
With a bear
with
trap.
like a sleeping bag on top and a bear trap and like a I don't know what that is, like a food canister.
She's prepared for any scenario.
Yeah, it's immediately very clear that this is a journalist, which is strange because we know a journalist. And this isn't the journalist that we know.
Whoever was in charge of this game said, I could do it better. And you know what? They were right.
They were so right. I think what I find generally about this case is like there's a lot of stuff that could have just been a throwback, whatever. Like we got a lot in the last game. Like the Steel Samurai is there. We've got a journalist. Like Larry is even referenced, but they just don't do it. Like they just don't go as hard with the callbacks. Like yeah, okay, there's a Steel Samurai balloon, but that kind of it's not. Yeah, it's a bit trite, but it's not as bad as in the last game at all, and it just feels a bit more like, thank God for this. Like, I'm so...
The thing
It's
about
so
those
nice
kind of
and refreshing.
callbacks is that they're actually like integrating them into the narrative of the case rather than it just being like,
Yeah.
oh, look at this thing that was, you know this from other game. But like the
Yeah.
Steel Samurai balloon
Yeah.
was actually like a part of the story because it was shot. They murdered the
Yeah.
Steel Samurai.
The Steel Samurai is dead.
like,
The Steel Samurai has
they
died.
could have dragged Lottie back in. Sorry, Lotta. And they didn't. They were like, we can make this world a little bit bigger with a newer journalist, a different journalist, if you will. There can be at least 2 journalists in this game, and they don't have to be the same.
We could create a new journalist, a stronger
are-
journalist.
Quite similar though.
They are quite similar,
yeah, they
but
are quite similar.
I find Tabby so much more endearing.
Like she definitely has like the like country affect kind of.
Yeah. She is also from the American version of Osaka, Japan, which we still have yet to figure out. Scientists are still trying to find out where it is to this day.
Yeah, and then we just shrug her off, then talk to Gumshoe. And then we have to talk to these 2 bozos in front of the plane. We need to walk up to them and press A to talk to them, which is repeated if you try and do literally anything else.
You will learn how to press A in front of people. A concept you never would have explored without this game.
Yeah,
could never
that was
figure
me.
it out.
I'm banging up against the walls of my cage. I want to investigate. Let me investigate. Let me look at these papers on the ground, please. No, I have to talk to the guards.
Do the guards even say anything that insightful?
They say you can't go in.
Well,
And we don't know what's going on in there. But that's it, I think.
Do you also learn from them that it's the president's bodyguards, not like police? I know if that comes up.
Yeah, I think maybe that is where you find out about that.
He uses like a private company or something.
And they're all wearing this like pin, which is like a yellow hand held out like a stop sign. I don't know what that means.
No.
It means
neither.
stop.
It means stop.
This is why I say at this point there's a lot about this game I've forgotten, so I'm also hazy on details. So who knows what's going to happen?
Now we get to look around. The Steel Samurai has died. He's so sad about it.
He's so sad about
He
it.
cried so much he made a lake.
Oh, wait, no, I do have a line about the Steel Samurai. They're like, why was the Steel Samurai balloon here? And Edgeworth mulls on it a bit, and then he says, now that I think about it, what better hero to represent our nation? Which is so fucking funny, knowing the localization that we're in the United States of America.
I mean, like, would you not say the Power Rangers would be a great representation of America?
No.
What do they represent? Teamwork, friendship, football, college, bullies.
Polish, uniquely American.
Yeah. Shut up. The color red, dinosaurs. Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Is there anything more
Dinosaurs.
American than a robot dinosaur?
Immediately after speaking to the bodyguards, they force you to use the logic system to make a connection.
Oh yeah, and it's a really simple one, isn't it?
Yeah, the things are like, there was tight security at the event and it was like private security or whatever. You connect them and you're like, oh, this must have been a premeditated attack. This wasn't just some schmuck who wandered in with a gun out. But you also connect the balloon and the flag to say, you know, maybe this was the same shot that pierced both, but we don't know how many shots were fired, so we can't really confirm that. And that's why we talk to Tabby in a second. But we can also wander around, talk to the police that are here.
There's a moment in this where Gumshoe does some
Yes.
class warfare against his own class. Although cops
I'm okay
are
for
in their own
infighting
little
amongst cops.
category. But Edgeworth asks one of the forensics, like, have you found anything? And he's like, nope, I'm all good here. And he turns to Gumshoe and he goes, did that guy say it was good that he hadn't found any evidence? And Gumshoe's like, I guess I'll tell someone who can cut his salary. And I'm like, Detective
God.
Gumshoe.
I think
That's
this is
some
like,
solidarity.
this is a chain of command thing, right? Gumshoe is so mistreated that he gets the opportunity to then mistreat someone below him and immediately takes it.
That's true.
Fucked up. It's so sad.
Awful.
Okay, welcome. I'm ringing the bell. Welcome to my corner. Welcome to the mechanics corner.
Yay! I love this one.
Yay!
We have a new mechanic in this video game.
Wait, you ring a bell to let people into your corner?
The ringing the
it's
bell
like
is an
like a
announcement
gong
of a
or like a
repeated
bell.
bit.
Or it's like a big bell. Like a church bell, maybe.
Oh, okay, because I was thinking of like the dainty little bells you use to summon your butler.
No. Honestly, there's a lot of good bells. I was thinking of the bell, like, you know, have you heard Too Sweet by the musical artist Hosier?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know the big bell in that song?
Yeah, okay, I can see this.
Yeah. Welcome. I'm here to talk to you about mind chess.
Crowd goes fucking wild.
This is a new mechanic wherein you can use the powers of the mind to converse with another human being.
The Nintendo DS has expanded beyond the realms of the physical.
So mind chess is a mechanic where it's basically debate, but except we already have debate in these games. It's like a more nuanced debate system where you have to look at your opponent to see whether you should press them or like bide your time, which is just being completely silent. And waiting for them to talk more. What it actually reminded me a lot of is the video game L.A. Noire,
Yeah, I pulled this connection too.
where you talk to people and they had very detailed facial capture technology where you would have to look for tells when you were talking to them, and you would then declare after they spoke whether their statement was truth or a lie. And I think there was like a provoke option was the third one or something like that.
Yeah.
Wasn't
something
it like
that.
believe, doubt, and then like present evidence to be like you're
Yeah,
fucking lying?
it was truth, doubt, and a secret third thing. And you know we love the secret third thing.
We here love the secret third thing.
We've all seen the doubt image. I'm sorry, I forgot that was what it was. Now, I didn't play much of L.A. Noire because I didn't really like it structurally or tonally, but that mechanic was extremely interesting. And I was curious about this, so I looked it up. So Ace Attorney Investigations 2 came out in Japan in February of 2011, and L.A. Noire came out in May 2011.
They made that whole thing in 3 months just to
All that
it's-
facial capture.
There's a really interesting phenomenon where like similar ideas tend to come out around the same time. And I think it happens in movies, it happens in video games, it happens in like comics It happens like across all media. It's so interesting when things like this happen. But yeah, the mind chess is a lot like this, where you have to. I mean, we're still early days. I have no idea how complex this is going to get, but it certainly ramps up between your like tutorial session with Tabby and then the one we have later on against President Wang.
Spoilers, President Wang is alive.
Well, it could have been his ghost. They're established. It's a really interesting and a very scary mechanic for me, who is used to doing things completely in black and white and not used to having to read people's body language.
Something
I love
else
it.
that's introduced here that is not anywhere else is it's on a real time limit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you get something wrong, it cuts your time. It doesn't actually do... I don't remember. I don't think it does, like,
Did anyone
penalty
find out what
damage.
happened if you lose?
No, but maybe we will at some point.
One
Perhaps.
day.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I like it. I like it a lot.
It's great. It's great. I like that it's on a timer. I think there's something about like in many times in these games, they've been like, oh, we're on a time crunch, and it means nothing at all. It's just flavor. But now that there is just a kind of sense of urgency that hasn't existed before, I think that's kind of fun.
I can't wait for them to do a version of this where Edgeworth has to break someone mentally while they're both like falling out of an airplane, and he has to do it before they hit the ground.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? I think it doesn't really make sense here because there isn't really a sense of urgency about like why it's time. Like you actually go,
Yeah.
you can go through the conversation as many times as you want, like a testimony. So it's not like a realistic conversation thing. It is like very game mechanic-y, but there's no like reason for why it's like, and you only have 3 minutes of real time to do this.
I do feel like when it comes up the second time against President Wang, it feels like they really felt like the confrontation against Alba was lacking at the end of Investigations 1. And this feels like a response to that.
Say more about that.
Well, I feel like this, especially in terms of we're retreading the extraterritoriality debate. But you have this big back and forth against Alba where he's basically like, nuh-uh, for like 3 hours. And so it feels like this mechanic of being able to like draw information out of people is born from that. Because
Yeah.
it feels a bit more dynamic, you know?
Yeah, I think the thing with Wang at the end is very much like a rerun of the Alba thing, but like where it is like, okay, it's almost like, you know how at the beginning of a lot of sequels, like in like action adventure games or whatever, you like start with all of your abilities and then you like lose them all for some reason. I'm thinking about the beginning of Assassin's Creed 2, I want to say. No, it must be Assassin's Creed 3. And not Assassin's Creed 3, Assassin's Creed 2. Well, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? The second one with Ezio.
Brotherhood?
Yeah. You know, like when you have a sequel to a game, you usually start like at the power of the first game is what I'm saying. Whereas in this one, it's
Right.
like, yeah, Edgeworth knows how to deal with like these arguments about extraterritoriality and like all this kind of stuff, and like we're just picking up and we're running from there, which is fun.
Yeah, he went back to the Batcave 8 days ago,
Yeah,
10 days ago, and he's been working on this non-stop.
he's been learning how to have a
Learning how to
conversation
teleport people
in a
into his mind
completely
palace.
normal way.
Oh,
I love it. I love how much insight this gives into how Edgeworth's like mind operates when it comes to just like talking to another human being.
He's so
It's
normal, is
so-
the thing.
Yeah, it's so good.
God, I love him.
It's like such a loyally way to approach any kind of interaction where you are carefully crafting the exact right kind of sentence to get someone to unwillingly give you information that they are trying to hide from you. Which is so like Machiavellian.
It's interesting you say that actually, because I was thinking earlier when Hera was talking about how like one of the main mechanics of this one of the main parts of this mechanic is biding your time, which just means saying nothing, which is something when you're a journalist you will hear people talk about this all the time, which is that if you're in like a more confrontational interview, you should like leave a long silence because people
Yeah.
will fill it and they will say things that they don't want to. And I always find it so slimy because I don't really do that. I get why that would be useful if you're interviewing like a politician or whatever, but I don't really do that kind of interview. And I always like, it's such a weird thing for me, but like it is a thing that people talk about a lot in journalism, which is interesting because you're right, it is also like this very loyally Machiavellian thing. And this case is again raising like the parallels between journalism and being a lawyer, at least in this game, in this series. And
And the fact that you do
it's
it
interesting.
against the journalist.
It's true. Step one.
And then against a politician.
It's true. Step 2.
It's so funny that you said that though, because like I remember when I first started working as a speech and language TA, and one of the things that you're told is like if when you're working with people with speech and language needs for whatever reason that might be, like they need processing time and you have to create gaps. And like it's really funny, this mechanic like really builds that feeling of when I first started having to learn how to create gaps in conversation, of like the anxiety of sitting there and doing nothing, where I'm like, I'm supposed to talk, I'm supposed to be doing something active for this person, and it's
yeah.
You know, I could almost feel the 10 seconds I'm counting in my head to be like, leave space, leave space, leave space. And also my current job where I have a lot of like very stressful conversations with people who are quite distressed. It's like leaving space is also really important. And I just didn't even be like, this is slimy and bad in this context. I was like, this is great. Like...
Edgeworth
really
is doing
funny.
this as a kindness so the other person can catch up to
He's
the
such
conversation.
a kind man.
I do think that's the difference between Devon and I and our respective careers.
Yeah, that's so true. So funny. But it's also like, I don't know, I think I just really love the writing of this, because as someone who has also done an awful lot to create flowcharts for myself on how to make a conversation happen, like, I'm just like, yeah, Edgeworth, I relate to you so much. Like, I've got a timer in my head of my 10-second gaps. I'm following flowcharts of what to say. Like, yeah, I relate to this. This is normal.
This is normal.
I love this mechanic. It's me.
It's really good. I love how many things we've been able to talk about with this. Like, it really covers so many bases in like the game and the characterization. It's really good.
Oh, absolutely. Just to speak to the visuals of this mechanic.
Yes.
Oh,
We didn't even talk about that yet. Jesus Christ.
He casts a spell that teleports you into his mind palace, which is a digital dimension of blue chess squares.
Yeah. And when you are engaging with your opponent, instead of like locks of the mind, they have chess pieces in front of them.
Is there any significance to
varying
what kind of
ranks?
chess pieces? Yeah.
Well, it seems like... So, Tabby, I believe, has a pawn and a rook.
I think, yeah.
And the rook takes 2 hits.
So,
But
I guess
then-
it's probably that then, huh?
Wang also doesn't have a pawn, but has 2 different pieces. I don't remember what they are. It would be
knight and something.
thematically...
It was a knight and a queen, I think.
Oh, is it? I was about to say it would have been thematically appropriate if it was a knight and a rook. But I believe one of them takes 1 hit, so it doesn't seem to follow any logic, but I'll keep an eye on that.
I didn't think Mind Chess was going to be literally anything chess related, but I was kind of hoping it would like more involve something mechanically tangentially similar to chess. I'm not disappointed that it wasn't that. It was just like I was expecting something a little different, but it did make it seem really strange whenever you give the correct answer, you basically conjure a chess piece with your mind and throw it at your opponent. And if it's an answer you had to work to get, so like they leak a little bit of information and you use that to build basically a verbal riposte to destroy one of their chess pieces. Like a standard thing is you throw a blue pawn at them, and then the other one is a blue knight. And I was thinking to myself, is there actually any significance behind what type of chess piece that you are using is? Because it's not anything to do with it being chess. I genuinely really, really love how obsessed this case is with the chess language behind everything.
yeah.
Like the whole jumping ahead a bit, but practically every single line of dialogue between Edgeworth and Knight was so great. Purely because of that specific, like, they're both just like, oh, I see you're a fan of chess. And it's like, yeah, I know a few moves. And just like their whole back and forth was just my favorite thing about this case. But it was just weird to me that because of how much of it was constructed around chess as an entity, essentially, nothing about it was actually anything to do with chess.
Yeah.
It's all about that chess aesthetic.
It's just the only way he can visualize it in his mind.
Yeah, it's because of his weird fucking obsessions. Interesting that his most powerful attack is a blue knight, when he always considers himself a red knight and a certain other person a blue pawn.
Could mean anything.
That man, could
Could
it?
mean anything. Could mean anything that the only chess pieces he uses are a blue pawn and a blue knight. and he doesn't use any red pieces. And there are no red pieces.
I'm very curious to see how committed they remain to this theming throughout this game.
I don't know if they can.
The subtitle of the game is Prosecutor's Gambit.
Interesting.
So
It'll be a tough
calling
thing to keep
attention
up
to that.
considering they've already named a character Rook and Knight, and they also were constantly referring to the president as the king. But what's the most powerful piece in chess?
The queen.
That, yeah. Interesting. We haven't met one of those yet, have we?
Mrs. Wang is the next person to arrive on scene.
yeah. Okay, so what are we using Mind Chess for here? We're trying to get information from Tabby because we want to know how many bullets were fired.
We are certain that because she is a journalist, she must know something because she was there when it happened.
We find out through this chest that she is recording, so then Edgeworth is like, I've really got to get my hands on this.
Yeah, a little aggressive about it.
But it's in character. It's on theme.
Yeah, we love it when he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
Eventually, we cut a deal with Tabby to give her exclusive reporting rights until the investigation is complete. Is that right?
Yes, it makes no sense, but it's right.
Which acquiesces her. And so we hear the recording. We hear two men in the recording talking who were apparently right in front of her. Edgeworth recognizes their voices but can't put a finger on where he recognizes them from. Tabby is also doing like a running commentary. She talks about how the president raises his fists at the climax of his speech.
This is a surprise tool that will help us later.
And then we hear two gunshots ring out.
Two.
The gun was fired twice.
Two of them.
Two of them.
So from here, we can deduct that if one of the bullets hit the president and that the other one must have hit the balloon and the flag because they are quite far apart. And from that, we can triangulate the position of the shooter.
I don't like this bit.
Say more.
Do you remember in the second game, the case in Korean Village, where you first would meet Pearl?
2-2.
Yeah, in 2-2, there is a section where you have to figure out where in a room Maya was when
Oh, yeah.
a shot was fired. And basically what you have to do is click random points along a line.
I don't
Until
think
you get it
that's
right.
strictly true, but okay.
There is nothing to indicate where along the line Maya would have been, and it's kind of same in this scenario because it's like you can pretty easily determine that he was on the left side of the arena, but you can't. There's nothing telling you where on the left side of the arena he was, and I clicked like a bunch of places on the left side of the arena before it let me win.
Oh, no.
I got it first try.
I'm turning you upside down.
Oh.
Fun. Fun with friends. There's some shenanigans with like wind direction as well, I think.
That
That's
comes up
later,
later.
That comes up, yeah.
I feel
a
like
lot
they
later.
assumed that it's one way at this point.
Yeah. They do a logic about this, where Edgeworth's like, the flag must have been going in this direction. And I knew at that point, I was like, not only is that wrong, that's gonna fuck you up later, and I don't understand.
This actually raises some questions that I'll get more into later. But, like, one of the very next things that happens is you find a gun in the trash. But, like, the fact that the gun was planted there after, well, maybe before, but, like, while all this was going on, indicates that the person who shot the bullet would have known that the person investigating would have expected the bullet to be coming from here based on the wind moving the flag.
Uh-oh, we're getting into overthinking territory. Everyone back up.
Well, I think that's because they got Tabby to be in the crowd and
Right,
like,
that's true.
have
Yeah.
the laser pointer. I think it's more for the faked assassination.
Right, yeah, because Tabby, they were like, oh, if Tabby's down there, they'll think it was fired from there, and then also when we drop the gun, like, that'll just basically set her off completely.
I think if anything, they didn't expect the person investigating to give a shit about wind direction and where the flag was. They just assumed that it was fine.
Yeah, that's probably more likely.
Also, the plan was just to shoot the balloon, and the flag was in the way, I think.
Yeah.
So, like, it wasn't intentional to shoot the flag.
And when we find the gun, we get the power of the 3DS, the power of the regular DS bag.
Yeah.
Woo!
It's actually in this
Well,
game.
we don't find a gun. We find a...
Bag.
Popsicle stick with a joke on it.
Oh, we find the security plans in a bag and then the gun.
Yeah, it's the what kind of bag is it? It's like one that you wear on your front and it straps around the
The
back.
fanny pack.
A fanny bag.
Fun bag.
It has the pipe logo on it again. Have we seen this logo before? I mean, other than on Tabby's jacket.
I don't
I don't think so. I've
think
seen
it's
it in
a-
museums.
I believe it is a Nike joke that they're making. They did something like this before in investigations with another brand. I don't remember what it was.
So do you think it's pronounced pipey?
I do think it's pronounced pipey. Because the pipe logo also kind of evokes the tick. And I did make the connection between that Tabby also had that logo on at the time, but didn't think much more of it.
Yeah. I think I was in the exact same boat, Hera. I was like, huh, that's the same logo as what Tabby was wearing. Interesting.
You can zoom in and out this time with the power of the DS, which is new. But yeah, you open it up, you find some plans.
Bullets.
These plans are very detailed.
I really like these plans.
It's a really good image.
It's an excellent piece of evidence. It feels authentic.
So you get the information. It says lead rook, second knight. And you have a knight and a rook stuck to the thing. They say that they have been repositioned in light of knight's injury. You remember one of the guys has a neck brace on. It says, we know who might be in the audience. I forgot about that.
So stay frosty.
And so, also the date on here is March 24th, which is the day before, so these plans are pretty recent. I thought, foolishly, at this point, that rook and knight were code names.
Why would you think that?
I know. Giving the game too much credit, I think.
I think they had to legally get their names changed to become the president's attaché.
It was like Jing Freak.
Do you think every one of the like nondescript looking guys are called Pawn?
Yeah. They're all brothers.
There's Larry Pawn, and this is my brother Freddie Pawn.
We've enlisted the Pawn octuplets to our security force.
They're really good at standing in a line together and looking intimidating.
Don't approach them diagonally.
That's really good.
Also in this bag is a gun.
Well, where else are you going to put your gun? You got to put it away after using it, you know?
The placement of this did strike me as suspicious. Like, the fact that it was just in a thing with some plans in a bin. I was like, that was definitely put there on purpose.
Like, you could just yeet that shit into the lake.
Yeah.
You know what? That's true.
And then no one would ever find it because no one ever cleans Gold Lake.
That's so sad.
There's a monster in there. You can't clean it.
That's
yeah,
true.
what if you get attacked by the monster?
And the monster now has access to limitless bullets. So you gotta be careful.
true.
They gave Gordy a gun.
So this gun is a revolver with what looks like a scope on top of it. Did anyone else think this was a laser pointer immediately?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Hera. I did.
You did?
Yes.
That's crazy. Could have been me. I thought it was a scope.
How would you use a scope on a revolver?
I am certain I have seen images of like single hand weapons with scopes on them.
You can get stocks for single hand weapons to brace them against you so you can use it as a scope, but without that brace, I think you might be thinking of times you've like been modifying guns in video games.
No.
This couldn't be.
You can just hold the barrel.
But like if you're holding the barrel, how are you gonna position it so that you can look down
Okay,
the
I
scope?
mean, okay, wait, hold on. I'm justified. Look at this shit.
Okay, go on.
It's the classic
That's
segment
a
of
really
this.
good image.
Everyone takes the piss out of Hera, and then she turns out to be right.
Okay, you tell me how you look down that scope.
With your eye.
With the gun like
and your
literally
chin
a
rests
millimeter
on
away
the
from your face.
Back of it.
You're gonna get scratched by the trigger.
No. Funniest thing I've
I'm
ever
sorry, that
seen.
picture is really good. Hera has just shown us a picture of an old man in what looks like camo hunting gear with a revolver with a scope, but the revolver is mounted on a big tripod.
And he's still not looking into the scope. He's still so far away from the scope.
What's the fucking point, dude?
Oh my god.
You're not hitting
my
anything
God.
with that. Oh my god.
This is the funniest thing I've ever seen. This has got to be AI.
The
I can't
Desert
believe
Eagle
it.
wasn't strong enough, so I had to put some shit on it to hit my targets gooder. Okay, you're fucking with me at this point.
Oh god.
I stand by everything I've said. If you're putting a revolver on a tiny handheld gun, you're a fucking idiot.
I'm sorry, I agree.
Look at that thing. Oh man.
Oh god.
Guns are so stupid.
Guns are really stupid. This is like when people got really into Stanley cups and then we're getting like nail files and like mini cups to attach to their Stanley cup, and it's like, I don't think you need a wet wipe dispenser for your travel cup. Can we just stop it?
It's exactly like that.
It is exactly like
like
that,
that.
Devin. You hit the nail on the head.
Well, Winston Payne is here.
What's the thing?
Winston Payne is here.
And we learned his name.
His Winston name.
It's a laser pointer attachment, by the way. It wasn't the scope.
Oh, thank you for clarifying. I would have been confused forever if you hadn't clarified.
Also, the gun had 2 spent bullets in it. That's important.
That is important, yeah.
Sorry, go on. Winston, I meant Winston.
Oh, the greatest man of all time. I can't believe Winston came to see the president and didn't bring his hot wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. He came here with his good friend, the chief prosecutor. And they were the people who were whispering in Tabby's recording. So it is established that Edgeworth doesn't know who Winston Payne is. But not recognizing the voice of your chief prosecutor?
Not important.
Yeah.
Like, how much engagement does Edgeworth have at this office?
He never goes to the social mixes after hours.
I was about to say he went to the King of Prosecutors thing, but I guess that was when
Anna.
Lana
Yeah.
was in charge. I wanted to say Lena.
You'd stop going to the social mixtures if you found a dead body in your car or one of them.
My social media.
Yeah.
I do think Edgeworth doesn't recognise anybody at all. And he only recognises Gumshoe because he's just inserted himself into his life so fucking much. If
I think
Gumshoe
there's
takes that
something wrong
coat
with
off,
him.
it's so over. Edgeworth would have no idea who that man is.
And then another fan favourite show up.
Yeah, we
Woo!
go to investigate a news camera, but the guy says it was knocked over in the crowd rush after the shots were fired and he cannot get it working. And then off screen, we get someone laughing really scarily, actually. And then who appears?
It's gay.
It's a weird girl!
It's Kay Faraday, who appears on top of the news truck.
Hell yeah. She's so back, gang. She's so back. I'm
She's
so
so
happy. And
back.
I'm glad that she's in case 1 and we're not waiting for 2 cases to meet her.
She's
Yeah,
back,
I
but she's on
agree.
holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's been taking a thief sabbatical. Remember, it's been 8 days while she does training and looks for her new feet. Legs.
Her foot legs.
Oh, she's great. Turns out she took like 1 billion photos. She was like, don't worry, I got you. I have all the evidence you're going to fucking need today.
It's true.
She did?
First, we see a very cute selfie.
That is
and
very
there's some
cute.
people in the background. And then there's the picture with the president with a red spot on his forehead. Don't worry, though. That must just be a bug bite.
That whole thing was so stupid, but we'll get into it in a minute.
And she also shows us a picture of everybody running away.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
She got knocked over, so the shot is taken like from the ground, or as she was falling.
She speaks to Tabby very briefly, and Edgeworth is like, I don't need to be here for this. I don't want women to talk to each other. Awful.
They seem
Edgeworth
to get
hates
on pretty
the
well.
Bechdel test.
Could Tabby Lloyd be one of the legs of the new Yatagarasu? I ask.
Much to think about.
Much to think about.
I mean, literally, who else would be doing it, right?
Well, Kate wanted young and cool people, and not
Yep.
oldies.
No old
Tabby
heads.
is 20 years old, 3 years older than Kay, but I think that's acceptable. And I think a journalist has good access to things and is able
Oh, yeah.
to. What a journalist always tells the truth is something we learn later.
A journalist always lands on her
But
feet.
can maybe tell the truth in a way that steers the narrative of a story. Maybe. These are my thoughts.
Literally true, by the way.
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking.
It's interesting.
Hell yeah.
We spent the last game thinking about the ways in which the truth is comparable between a thief who steals the truth and a lawyer who investigates the truth. And now we've got a secret third option, our favorite thing.
There's a thing if you talk to Kay, I think it's a bit later on, where she says that she took the photos as in stealing. She stole a moment in time, which is really fun.
It's cute. I like it. Yeah.
Let's get through these photos.
It's weird because the president doesn't usually have a laser pointer pointed directly at his head. I think a joke that all of us made.
Yeah.
God, this stupid contradiction is the stupidest thing that has ever existed in this
So
world.
dumb.
You spent so long just being like, hang on a minute.
Wait a
It's
second.
just like, this isn't even worth... What are we doing? What are we doing? I remember first time I played this game having a near breakdown because I was like 5 steps ahead from this logical leap.
So the president
It's fine.
was shot. And in the picture that Kay took, he's got a weird red dot on his forehead. And everyone's like, oh, he probably got like a bug bite or something. He probably just has a rash up there. Bearing in mind that multiple of these are people who saw all of this happen.
And we saw another picture with a laser sight in it literally 1 second ago.
Yeah, true.
Threatening the life of Winston Payne.
Yeah. It's right behind Winston Payne into the back, and someone wearing a red coat.
We're going to kill Winston Payne.
And we also see the person in the red coat running away in the third picture.
I would be running away too if the president got shot.
And then we see some art of an incredibly spooky looking person in red. Which
The
is
red
like
raincoat
so
killer.
weirdly intense.
It's really intense. It's really nice and detailed. If that was like the bookend of this episode, I would have been like, okay, pretty good. But there's a whole second half of this, which is also really, really good.
I don't even think, like, this is the first half. I think we still got a lot to go.
Yeah,
We
I think
haven't
you're right.
investigated the right side of the spectator area yet.
Yeah, we haven't even met the famous ice cream salesman.
There's a red coat down there.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, right?
It's under
Neatly
the
tucked
samurai
away.
dog stand. Are they samurai dogs or are they just regular dogs?
They are samurai dogs, I believe.
They're
They are
Sakura
samurai
dogs.
dogs. Oh, so they have Sakura relish.
Which is interesting. How would that taste?
Well, they say it might be cherry flavored, or
Yeah, or it might not be.
but then Gumshoe says, but it's not the cherry fruit; it's the cherry blossom. It's completely different.
And he's right.
Yeah, that does sound very different.
I make a note here that says, I think it's probably just colored pink.
It's probably just cool.
We would find out because Gumshoe approaches with his heart on his sleeve to Mars Edgeworth and says, I've got $1.50 and these cost $3. And Edgeworth says, go fuck yourself.
God, he's such a piece of
He's
shit.
such a piece of shit.
He says, after the case, we can have one.
He does say that. I think I missed
Buddy,
that because
I'll
I
take you
started
fishing
looking.
next
But
week.
only if
I
he's
started
good.
looking for all the poems about people splitting oranges between them because I was like, this is what's happening in this moment right here, except Edgeworth ruined it.
We also inspect the air rifle game.
Gumshoe loves air rifles, but he just doesn't like guns. I think this is another, like, a fun thing, is because in previous cases, Gumshoe has made it very clear that he doesn't use a gun and doesn't like guns, and when he's like, oh man, air rifles, that looks like so much fun, and then Edgeworth is like, but I thought you hated guns. And he just says, oh, I don't hate them, I just don't like them.
I just keep
yeah, fair
them
enough.
off to 8-year-olds.
It's because he doesn't want them.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
You know who loves guns? It's 8-year-olds.
Yeah,
So
True.
true.
absolutely. Why do you think the water gun industry is so successful year on year?
Wow, it's an ice cream.
Not yet. We've got to look at a coat.
Oh, there's a coat here.
Fuck a coat. It's a
It's
red.
cool
full
on
of
the ground.
blood.
It's
I'd like to
That's
pour
not
one
why
out
it's
for I must inspect every nook and cranny.
every
Or what is the line?
suspicious looking nook and cranny, please.
Because now when we look at a scene to investigate, it says I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Which it's not the same.
It's not
the
the same.
juice.
It's not the same.
So, weird thing about this jacket is that it's full of blood. And also it has a button missing.
Full of blood.
Completely
Got a
full of
button
blood.
missing.
He opens up the jacket and there's just a waterfall of blood.
There's a red button on the ground and there's a red button missing from the coat. They do make us make this connection.
This is really silly because your logical connection from this is that they ripped off the jacket with enough force to tear the button off, but only on one side of the jacket, which means they must have been gingerly taking it off slowly on the other side.
that is what happens, yeah.
We deduce from the bloodstain on the inside of the jacket that this person is injured, and that's why they were only wearing the jacket on one sleeve. And so we send out Gumshoe to round up people with an injured left arm.
There's only one.
Oh.
Who does he find?
Oh.
There's only one guy. It's definitely
He's
the guy.
so back.
So back. He's so back.
back.
Wait, what do you
so
mean? What do you
back.
mean he's back? We've never met this guy before.
He's so bad.
Oh, yeah,
Concept
sorry.
of selling ice cream.
This is the guy who trained Mike Meekins to sell innocent strips to children.
It's true.
We've met John Doe before. It's just that he used to be a butler.
Oh,
That's true. That's true.
You got me.
I'm surprised
He's
they
so
don't
back!
make that joke.
Didn't you used to be a butler? Here's the thing. Even though he's an ice cream salesman now, he's still a butler. Let's be real.
That's true. He's the butler
Yeah.
of ice cream.
I
He's the butler of death.
forgot. I forgot that he got away.
He got away.
What do you
Well, he
mean?
didn't even
Oh.
get away. We didn't even chase him down. He was just like hanging out on a radio.
He
the whole
never
time.
got put on trial. Only
He
his
never got
his
got in the first place.
yeah.
Right, because he didn't kill the guy? Was
He
that
did
what
kill
Well,
the guy.
he did kill the guy.
did
Yeah,
kill
he
that
definitely
guy.
killed the guy. But we never caught him.
He was too good. And the
He
thing
was
is that
too good.
Miles Edgeworth knows that no one is beyond the law, so he couldn't possibly be that guy.
Yeah. If it were that guy, he would have been got.
Yeah.
Can we talk about
There's
his...
something so good about, like... Are you about to talk about his character design?
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm about to do.
Okay, you go first, Evan.
I love the fact that he has no expressions, but it's all through the ice cream, which is very similar with
Yes.
how we
Good.
interacted with him and the radio. Really fucking excellent.
It's really, really good. I love his little penguin ice cream.
I love that it's also wearing a monocle.
It's also wearing a monocle. It's also split in half down both sides.
I do hate that he keeps holding it in his mouth, because as someone with really sensitive teeth, that physically
It's
pains
really
me.
funny.
But I forgive it for him, because he's perfect and
He's
wonderful.
got to put it in his mouth to clean his arm. He's got to wipe his cast with a paper towel to get the blood off of it.
This is where we have
God.
one of the best conversations in the game, where Edgeworth says, "Are you really an ice cream salesman? Tell me the most important thing about making ice cream." And then he's like, "Shit, I actually don't know anything about ice cream, so I don't know what he's gonna say. I think this was a bad idea." And Tequila looks him dead in the eyes and says, "The most important thing about ice cream is to approach it with a virtuous heart."
Really good.
He's so fucking right, though.
He's so right.
Oh,
Without all
God.
proper reverence for the craft, I'm afraid all you'll ever make is sweetened crystals of ice.
The thing is that I think that Tequila fully believes this, because he thinks the
Yeah.
same thing about killing people, and he thinks that every job
Yeah.
you just have to approach it with a virtuous heart. And to be honest, is that a thing that this game is going to investigate? Possibly.
He's
I
the
think we should
virtuous
bear
killer.
that in mind. Does this game argue that already that you should do journalism with a virtuous heart? It certainly does.
That's true. One correction. When you ask him if he's a real ice cream salesman, he says, "Ask me anything."
Right, sorry,
Ask
he
me
invites.
Literally asked me anything about ice cream. He's so good. Like, I love
So
a
you can't play
character who
mind
is
chess
just
about against him
untouchable.
because he would win.
It's true, he would.
He is absolutely untouchable, and I love him for it.
It's so good. It's so good.
It's like when you're playing an RPG and you run into an enemy that's like in an early stage of the game, but is like 100 levels higher than you. This guy would obliterate you in mind chess.
He just gets the chessboard, just whacks Edgeworth over the head with it. Just takes him clean out.
What happens is
Fuck the
like
pieces, they're not
Edgeworth
heavy
sets
enough.
up his side of the board and it pans over to the killer and he's just like, all queens.
Surrounding one red pawn.
Yeah.
I was imagining it like, Edgeworth sends out his little mine chess pieces to like hit the other mine chess piece. It just like shoots out of Tequila at 1,000 miles an hour and hits Edgeworth directly in the head.
Oh, he's so good.
Oh god, he's so good.
This is how you do a
At
callback.
first was like, Edgeworth, how the fuck do you not recognise this man?
Yeah, we all
And then
forgot
I
he
was like,
doesn't
well, it's
know what
Edgeworth,
he
so
looks
that makes
like.
sense.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
later on, he also says there was a photo of him, and I just forgot
He
about
does
it.
say that. Never mind.
I mean, there's literally nothing memorable about his design. It's all in the penguin ice cream.
Except for his calling card logo on his fucking
Remember
shirt.
how much
Like, what are
Edgeworth
you-
freaked out seeing that card when Adrian was holding it in 2-4?
Oh
Yeah.
my god, you're absolutely
so
right.
silly.
Don't worry about it.
Like, I don't know why they did that, but it's really funny.
It's really good. Well, because like a shell is just a shell, right? It's when
be
it's
anything.
on a calling card that it becomes something else.
This guy just has a jacket with Tequila's calling card on it, just because it's cool.
It's a really
Well,
cool
think
jacket.
about it like this.
Oh
A
my
conch
God.
does also look like a really good vessel for putting ice cream in.
That's true.
It's very
True,
similar to an
fancy.
ice cream cone.
There's an art. There's one art that we see later on of like the back of his jacket. This is a really
fucking
cool
good.
jacket.
This
and I
jacket
wanted to
slaps.
show
It's
that.
really good.
It's really fucking excellent.
I got a screenshot of all the CGs with the killer in it because he's so cool. He's so
He's
cool.
the coolest.
He's so fucking cool. The other thing that happens in this conversation is you're also like, well, the whole point of it, which we haven't really discussed, we've just been talking about how cool the killer is, is you're trying to prove that he is the owner of the red jacket. And his whole angle of it is just like, well, like, I'm not.
Proof shit about shit.
So it's so funny because it's like so imminently obvious that it is him and it couldn't be anyone else, but he's just like, but you see, I was actually lying about saying I wore a coat before. I
He's
just
the
had an
only
umbrella.
guy that pulls this off because he is so cool. Like, everyone else is just pisses you off, but you're like, yeah, I'm kind of rooting for Tequila, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, what this is actually is this is the tutorial for testimonies in this game, which you can skip this tutorial like explanation, which is great. Wish I could have done this earlier. And then you do your testimony. He first of all claims that he was using an umbrella. This falls apart instantly. He is extremely suspicious.
What, Dakella?
Yeah,
It's John Doe.
I don't know his name. It's called John Doe. That's what he said. I literally forgot what his name was. So.
He forgot his name was John Doe.
It's just such a common name. He claims he wasn't wearing a raincoat. But hang on, what he says is he said they had no proof that the raincoat wearer was injured, which we obviously do.
It was like we eventually get him on the raincoat and he's like, fine, you got me. I didn't have an umbrella. I was wearing the raincoat, but you can't prove that I was the only person here today that was wearing a red raincoat.
He literally wasn't, is the thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
And then he says the full name Bastian Rook, which we didn't know.
The way
It's
he
weird that
talks
he
about
would know
Bastian Rook is very interesting to me.
Oh yeah? Interesting in what way?
Well, he says, when you ask him how he knows who Bastian Rook is, he says, we have something of a ... connection, and his is a name that I could never forget.
What's interesting about that?
What's interesting about that?
Tab on my
anything.
computer.
What?
How many fics are there?
Oh, we gotta find out. I got a feeling it's not gonna be that many for this particular rapper, I'm afraid, Devin.
Sadly not. Carry on. I'll come back to you.
Anyway, I think it's really good when two people are trying to kill each other.
That's true.
Yeah.
At this point, I write down in my notes, hey, shouldn't Tabby also be in the photo before the shooting if the microphone picked up Winston and this mysterious chief prosecutor? And then the game immediately asks me that exact same question.
Still very impressive that you managed to put those pieces together before the game presents it, because I was not thinking about that. And then the game said it, and I was like, oh, wait, yeah, wait a minute, that's kind of weird.
And then I turn my head from this John Doe character immediately to Tabby and squint my eyes and say, you.
You did this. Not only is Dakilla
this.
so untouchable that we couldn't get him on the red coat thing, he perfectly turned the situation around to incriminate someone else.
There's one point where Winston gets very agitated and is like, why haven't you arrested this guy already?
Yeah, he's clearly guilty. If I were you, he'd be in jail already. If I were Miles Edgeworth.
There is one fic.
What?
shipping. Well, not even. Hang on. There's
One?
one fic with the tag Shelley the Killer and Bastian Rook, and then one of the tags says, "This wasn't written to be gay, but more power to you if you read it that way."
Okay, wait. Hold on. We haven't been doing a very important service throughout this episode, which is, what were these characters' names in the fan
Oh,
translation?
thank you so much.
important.
So, Tabby Lloyd was called Nicole Swift,
Nothing.
Interesting.
and Bastian Rook was called Ethan Rook, but with an E
okay.
at the
That's
end of Rook.
Can you look up Shelley the Killer and Ethan Rook?
It comes up as both. The tags
okay.
on
I
AO3
see.
include both names.
Oh wow, this website is so robust in its search system.
Oh.
Oh, they
They
know
do
what's
that
up.
manually. That's one
Wow.
of the things they get volunteers for, is to get people
Wow.
to, like, people who know the fandoms to, like, put all of the different names that, because a lot of characters have more than one name, it turns out.
That's so great.
That's cool. I didn't know that. Tabby might be evil, and at this point, I'm like, is this why this isn't a lot of heart? Is because she's guilty?
If she were legitimately the killer, I would have been like, that's really cool that they managed to do that.
At which point she has a testimony where she claims she wasn't there at the moment of the photo being taken, but Wang in the background of this photo has his fist raised, of which we have established is what happened at the point the shots were taken, because we have Tabby's recording.
Yeah, she's kind of closer to a sports commentator than a journalist throughout this.
Yeah.
It feels like sometimes, which I guess is the same thing. Like, it's almost like she's a TV journalist.
We get dialogue throughout that reveals that she is a journalist in training,
Ah.
and her boss, the chief, she tries to call Edgeworth the second chief too, which he doesn't allow. But her boss, the chief, seems to be first of all, is a woman and is in charge of maybe a less than reputable publication, because she says something about handling information as irresponsibly as possible. Is that right?
Oh,
I
God.
have no memory of that.
But journalists only ever tell the truth.
I don't know if she says that or if Tabby like mishears her or something. I don't know.
Christ.
I don't know what the implication is there.
Thinking a lot about the journalism in this world. I need to go back to my old notes from Game 1, where I ranted about the journalism in Ace Attorney a lot. But, yeah, I don't have any coherent thoughts right now. It's just in there. It's just in the mix.
I think the representation of journalists in this series is not great. I also
Seems very accurate to me.
recently played the video game Judgment, where you play as a kind of lawyer, former lawyer, I think is the accurate thing. And there is a journalist in that game who is also not a positive representation of the craft. Tabby looking very guilty at this point. You get like a gotcha animation where she sort of stands back surprised, and then her bear trap goes off, which makes her jump, which is really good.
Very good.
Yeah, for sure.
At this point, where it seems like we've really got her dead to rights, a new character shows up.
It's Bastian Rook.
Nope.
Nope.
No.
It's not Bastian Rook. It's
That's
Jesus Christ.
This is
It's
Bronco Knight.
That's the same guy to me, which is funny because his whole thing was that he wants to be that guy.
This guy shows off some incredible gun tricks.
It's so
I think you should not do
He
good.
does a full revolver ocelot style routine.
It's really good.
Oh, yeah, of course. That's so funny. Let me find out what his previous name was. Horace Knightley. And it takes everything in me not to call him Knightley.
It's bad. I'm sorry, fat
I
translators.
miss it.
Bronco Knight, he's a man who has his like the sides of his hair shaved to make it look like he has like a mane, like a horse's mane. So his silhouette is like a knight chess piece, which is fun.
That's really good.
He's also wearing a tie with a checkerboard pattern. I don't know if the other guards have this same
I
tie.
think Bastion does, but I don't remember for certain.
He does not.
Oh, okay. Then no. Then I'm gonna probably assume no.
I think this is a Bronco Knight fashion choice because he loves chess.
He loves chess.
He loves chess.
What does he come out for again? He's like everyone. We're taking.
He's like,
over
great
here.
news, the president's fine, but he's ordered that we take over all of this and we're arresting Tabby because clearly it was her.
Yeah. Simple ice cream seller John Doe is shaken at this news that Bastian Rook has died. And he makes a move.
A chess move, if you will.
It turns out he is not a simple ice cream seller.
What?
No.
I can't believe
He
that.
pulls a knife out of his cast and takes Knight hostage.
It's pretty normal for an ice cream seller to have a knife for cutting the ice cream.
Yeah.
But Knight isn't the ice cream. That's a man.
And he says, he makes some demands. He says, I want Miles Edgeworth to take over the investigation of this case
Interesting. Why would he do that?
because I want the truth behind Bastian Rook's death to be out there.
Imagine meeting a guy 2 days ago and then not being able to stop thinking about him. Good God.
And then that is the end of the first half of this case, and you all move to the plane. Oh, he also reveals that someone asked him to kill the president, basically. He says, Knight, you don't remember me, basically, so it seems like they have some history. It's kind of unclear whether he's doing this to try to get closer to the president, or whether he's genuinely concerned about the circumstances surrounding Rook's death.
Could be both.
Could be both. And so we enter this fucked up seaplane.
We get to explore.
Well, we get to explore, like, the first bit, but then the president is hiding out somewhere, and we do not get to explore that.
Boo. He talks about being under a bed.
Yeah, what do you think the inside of that room looks like? Because I've got a feeling it sort of looks like a padded cell.
Yeah, I was going to say the exact same thing.
Yeah.
This guy is scared of everything.
Do we want to go around between us and point out something in this room?
Sure.
There's a lot of shit in this plane. There's a bird in a cage. Okay.
Yeah, I think the most baffling thing is the canary.
What if there's carbon
Well, if you
monoxide?
examine the canary, yeah, he says canaries were used to detect poisons.
Yeah, but I think we've gotten past that point. I don't think we use canaries for that anymore. I think we've got
This
better
guy
technology
is
for that.
scared of everything. Perhaps superstitious, you could say.
Yeah, we didn't mention it, but through speaking to Tabby, we find out that the president is not very popular
Yeah.
and seems to be in conflict with the police force back home.
Now that's interesting, because we know the police is for at least one of them.
Yeah.
Well, Edgeworth doesn't think about this at
Yeah.
all.
No, he doesn't care about international
God,
politics.
I hope we
or
get to
anything.
see Lang again.
One thing that I remember in this room and interacted with is the plushie in the monitor. So there's like 9 security monitors, except one of them doesn't have a security monitor, but there is a stuffed teddy just in there of like a weird cow thing, and there's some glass in there. I don't know why, but this always creeps me out. There's something really creepy about what's supposed to be there not being there, and instead you just got an anthropomorphic thing being there instead. So that's something that we see in this room.
We replaced your TV with a guy.
Yeah. I don't
You have to watch the guy now.
I don't want to watch the guy. The guy doesn't blink.
It sounds like the president would like that, because we hear the president's favorite plushie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which he obviously doesn't want with him when he's scared. He wants it outside in a different room looking at it.
Yeah.
There is a curious-looking statue with a curious expression, which also has like a little lever. I don't know if it's coming out of it or if it's behind him.
I think it's coming
This
out of the
lever
back
opens
of
a
it.
trapdoor in the middle of the room. This weirdly does not come up again.
Well, it's the positioning of the trapdoor is relevant, I think. But I can't remember why. There is also a comment someone makes about like if they open the trapdoor, because it is also currently where Bastian Rook's dead body is splayed out on the floor. And I think I can't remember who says it, but someone just says, "Hey, I don't think that's a very good idea right now."
You know what? That's a great point. There is a dead body in here.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
not very safe.
Well, it's not exactly dangerous because it's already dead.
Famously, dead bodies, there's no problems with them.
There is a panel on the left-hand side of this room with a inflatable lifeboat in it, with one oar.
There's a riot shield.
There's a glass window at the back where you can see a bunch of different safety equipment, including a hazmat suit and an astronaut's outfit. And the gang talk about what if you end up inhaling toxic gas while in space. To which I think Edgeworth says then you'd have to put on the hazmat suit and then put the astronaut outfit on over the hazmat suit.
That's logic.
Really good.
I didn't think you could examine this because Tabby's standing right in front of it.
No, you can.
Oh, hell yeah. So the point of this room is to display that the president seems to be absolutely terrified of being attacked, and has made precautions in basically every single way possible to be ready for such an attack.
Just a prepared kind of guy.
And as far as we know, he was attacked. There's even a bulletproof vest with a bullet lodged in it.
Thanks.
Yikes.
When I saw this and saw Rook, like, he's in a pile of blood and, like, there's no trail of blood from outside. So immediately I was like, oh, this man was killed in here. Like, that's what happened there. But that doesn't come up.
Unless he was
That is
brought
not how we
inside the
established that he
plane
was killed.
through the trapdoor.
Yes, true, and all the blood is just in the lake.
Yeah.
That'd be smart, wouldn't it?
Gumshoe isn't here. We've sent Gumshoe away to gather the police to surround the plane in order to detain Shelley the Killer.
Name drop. And Gumshoe has demonstrated a notorious alacrity in this case because there was a part earlier, which we didn't mention, where he has to go get a gun examined for prints, and he literally manages to get the lab to examine and get him the results in, I think, a fraction of a second.
And they do such a thorough job as well.
Yeah.
He's gone through, like, some training in the last 8 days, and now he's suddenly fucking amazing at
I
his
don't
job.
know.
Why don't we ever get the Gumshoe training arc?
He fucks up pretty badly here in a minute.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think this is all for the greater good.
Do we learn about Knightley's neck injury here and the attempt on the president's life that DeKiller makes?
Yeah.
Really, 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 really good art for this scary.
Yeah, I think this is the best CGI I've seen in the entire series. It's really dynamic. There's a lot of action in this scene.
There's so much momentum in it.
You've got the killer reaching across from the left-hand side of the image. His other hand is in like a claw style, and he's reaching across the screen and grabbing onto Knight's neck. You can see like he's gripping it really hard. Knight is like leaning backwards with his tongue out and like one eye closed, clearly in pain. And then in the background you've got 3 of the pawns like closing in. And you've got Rook with his hands around DeKiller's left arm, ready to act to get him to release Knight.
Oh, it's so good.
There is so much going on here between Knight, Rook, and DeKiller that is so interesting. Just in terms of like the dynamic between everyone in that particular triangle, because DeKiller like doesn't give a shit about Knight, basically. But it's clear that he had like a ton of respect for Rook. But every time that Knight is like, "Hey, I'm important too," he's just like, "No, you're not." That injury that you got on your neck was not even the slightest problem for me. I could have killed you in a fraction of a second if it weren't for the fact that Bastion Rook was a foot away from you.
And that's why he respects Rook, is because he was actually able to injure him.
Yeah.
So the story here is that DeKiller infiltrated the security detail and made an attack 2 days ago, which failed because Rook... It's not said explicitly that he broke his arm, but he did say he then shot it for good measure.
Makes it sound like his arm
So
was a
true.
separate part of him that needed to be killed. Those are the most dangerous parts of DeKiller.
So true. I think this is such a side thing, but about DeKiller, it's said explicitly in this case a couple of times that like he didn't use a gun, and he didn't use a gun in game 2. He strangled one Corrida, and it's just like a nice like attention to detail about this character, I think.
Just
Which is
sweet.
like he doesn't just get a sniper rifle out, and he wants to get involved. He's gonna do it with his bare hands if he's gonna kill somebody.
He's an intimate
Or
and
a
tender
knife.
individual.
Sure, that's what I said.
Yeah.
He's got a virtuous heart.
He's got
a
such
virtuous heart.
If you show him the gun that you found in the trash, he says the use of such a tool speaks to a fundamental lack of reverence for the craft, wouldn't you say?
That's such a good line.
He's such a sicko. I love him.
Yes. I love a murder pervert.
Also, Tabby is here and has the saddest possible music when you talk to her.
She's so sad. Oh,
Basically can't even form like a full sentence.
bless her.
And so To Kill It gets us in there and is like, right, investigate away and have fun.
I'll just be
Thanks,
watching.
buddy. There's some ballistic marking stuff where we're like, could we compare the bullet from... Well, can we compare the gun to the bullet in the body shield? But then it turns out it's as flat as a pancake. We're not learning shit about that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I can't remember what happens, but then apparently we've investigated enough and DeKiller's just like, well, I've seen everything I need to see, and just like bounces out of there.
What sort of connections do we make in the investigation?
So we make two connections here. One is that the bullet passed through Rook and into the bulletproof vest. And the other is that the gun with the laser sight that we found in the trash and the gun that the security detail uses is the exact same model.
Interesting.
But notably is not a particularly rare model.
Just like a standard gun.
This is also where we find the other security document, isn't it? The original
Oh,
one.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because that's how we find out about Rook's injury, right? It's like he had to move sides because he can't turn his head to the left. And so, yeah, that's from DeKiller attacking him.
Yeah, something that's interesting about this plan is that it does have all of the pawns on it, whereas the other one does not. There are 8 pawns here. I have the image up now, and this plan, it says, were made on March 19th. And so the president removed all of the pawns and switched the places of Rook and Knight because of this incident, because he only trusts Rook and Knight. He does not trust anyone else to take care of his safety.
Oops.
That ended really well.
Which doesn't seem super smart.
Especially not when there was an actual assassination attempt 2 days ago.
Yeah.
To be fair, like, the killer was pretending to be one of those assassins, so it kind of makes... one of those security guards, so it kind of makes sense.
That's true, that's true.
But do you think he was a pawn or maybe like a bishop or
I think he was
something?
a pawn. I think he knows
Ooh,
how to be
Bishop's a good
humble
shout.
to get... to, like, just blend in. Like an ice cream salesman or a butler.
Right.
Or a waiter.
And yeah, like Devon says, he's like, I get it. I understand what's going on here. I figured it out. I've connected the dots.
And he has. Well, actually, we don't know whether he has. We just assume he has because
And
he's so
then-
cool.
The lights turn out, there is a scuffle, and then we get the CG image of him standing at the door.
Looking
And
cool as all hell.
he escapes.
What the fuck was Gumshoe doing?
What was Gumshoe doing?
Yeah, this is baffling to me that he manages to slip through. Yeah.
So wild. They've literally surrounded the plane. And he just walks out.
Well,
I mean, were they
rows
tasked
out
with
and takes the
arresting an ice
inflatable
cream
raft.
salesman?
Oh, yeah. True. God, look at this. Look at this amazing art. The backlighting, the colours are really
it's
good.
really good.
The pose.
So
Exquisite.
nice.
Does he ever open his eyes? Like, one is covered by a monocle, but it seems like the other one is always closed.
I don't think I've ever seen
No,
the killer
because he
open
never
his eyes.
changes his expression.
Yeah.
Really cool.
That would be the thing of, like, if it does come down to us versus the killer, we'd know we've won the moment he has to open his eyes.
And so To Killer leaves because it's clear that the president is not going to come out of his safe room. And he understands that in order to get to the truth, Edgeworth is going to have to get testimony from the president.
Yeah, he threatens to kill Knight to get the president to come out, and the president doesn't budge.
And he just goes, all right then. He, like, bonks Edgeworth and Kay on the head, possibly everyone else, and then he just bounces. There's, like, a moment where you think he might be kidnapping Kay, but that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Which is
He
good.
also leaves a calling card with Edgeworth. This, in text, they say might be implied as a threat that he was capable of taking Edgeworth's life and chose not to.
Yeah, I don't even think it's a threat. I think it's like a flex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been doing nothing but flexing this
He
whole
loves to
case.
flex.
He is not a humble man.
And why would he be?
He's a virtuous man.
He's so good at his job.
And after T'Challa leaves, then the president come out.
Yeah.
This man is jacked as all shit. Jesus fucking Christ.
I hate looking at him. He's so lumpy.
He is like his suit sits extremely tightly on his body, and you can see
It's like it's
every
painted on.
muscle. It does look like it's painted on. I said that it looks reminiscent of like muscle, like fetish art.
Yeah, kinda.
Have you seen that one Star Trek post where
It's Riker with all the muscles.
right, yeah.
Please, what the
my
fuck are you
God.
talking about?
Hold on 1 second, I'm getting it.
Thank you,
It's
buddy.
Riker and O'Brien, right?
No, there's one of Riker and there's one of O'Brien. But sometimes you do see them together. I'm just seeing if I can find it.
I think the origin is like there's this long post
So I found
it's like
the
multiple
original
images.
image and not the muscle edit.
where Picard is like talking to Worf. I'm sorry, I haven't seen Star Trek, and it's like looking for like confirmation on something and doesn't
Got it.
get it
From
from either like
so
Worf or
excited.
Data,
What the fuck?
and then he turns to Riker and O'Brien, and they like
And they both
confirm
look
it.
like this.
and they both look like this.
There's so many people in the world making so many things.
Give that man a gun on a tripod with a scope, please.
So all I had to search to find that was just
God.
Riker muscle edit, and searching O'Brien muscle edit just gives me nothing.
Yeah, I couldn't.
unfortunately.
That was my angle. I couldn't find anything.
But yeah, he looks exactly like this.
Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah, he looks bad.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, we probably aren't going to spend that much time with this character, so maybe they're just like trying to evoke something with like the limited visual options they have. Unfortunately, what they do and are doing here is worse than that.
They are certainly trying to evoke something.
Not great.
Yeah.
They're trying to evoke something. They just went about it in probably one of the worser ways they could have done it.
Some are saying this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the way he talks, though. It's really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got some examples of this.
Yeah, one of the first things. So practically everything he says is in all caps. Comes out after being in hiding. Moments later, we find out hiding under a bed. One of the first things he says is to make an attempt on my life, to murder one of my faithful servants, the effrontery, the villainy. and that is basically how he delivers literally every single kind of line of dialogue.
So excellent.
I said it sounds like everything he says should be coming out of a giant stone statue.
So true.
And so what proceeds to happen here is that he wants to take over the investigation again, now that there's no leverage for Edgeworth to be in charge anymore, and is completely opposed to anything like giving testimony or really helping the investigation in any way because he's the goddamn president.
He also keeps calling Edgeworth puny prosecutor, which I think is really funny.
Hell yeah.
He just did a speech about how good
So how
we
do we resolve this?
Well,
How do we resolve this? How does Miles Edgeworth resolve anything?
Time to go into Spine Palace.
With a scintillating game of mind chess.
Everyone knows the president is one of the greatest opponents to face in Mind Chess.
And I love that Edgeworth is like, this guy just wants to yell. I'm just gonna let him. I'm just gonna let him yell for a bit, and then I'll get what I need out of him.
There is a bit where he says, like the president's angle is he's trying to get Edgeworth to stop doing the investigation by saying it should be an investigation done by Zangfar because he can claim extraterritoriality because it all happened inside of this plane. And he says the line, "The right to extraterritoriality cannot be denied. This is Zangfar," which is a reference to the movie 300. And also, I guess, the second reference to the movie 300 that has been made in these games.
Yeah. I really love that film.
Why did they do that for this one? Because this game came out in September 2024. It does seem very out of place for a game that so far has had extremely tight writing to just be like, you know what, this needs a reference to the hit 2010s movie 300.
It wasn't 2010s, it was way earlier than that.
God damn it! Like it's old as hell. Yeah, but that just adds to the point, right? Like it's dated as hell.
I don't know. I didn't take it as a reference. Like
You
it
didn't?
could have been. You might be right, but I was just like, I mean, this location seems somewhat innocuous.
But when you're saying it with that inflection, where every sentence is yelled with a pause in between each word,
Oh, maybe. Like I'm not saying no, definitely. I'm just saying, maybe
giving
not.
them the benefit of the doubt, a thing that we always love to do for the writers of an Ace Attorney.
Look,
video game.
we're in case one.
What's
It's true.
the end of that sentence?
We are in the first case.
If they pull that shit again, I'm gonna be right on top of them.
I see.
Ah, okay.
The benefit that resets each game.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a
nice
fair
of
enough.
you.
Yeah.
That's why I hate the last case of every game.
No mercy.
You have evoked my ire for the final time.
Yeah, so he argues for extraterritoriality, and the argument is really easy because the shooting happened outside the plane.
We still have all of our Assassin's Creed 2 powers.
Yeah.
It made perfect sense what I was saying earlier, right?
Oh, right. And this is important. They take away all the evidence when they say they're taking over.
Yeah. Don't worry though, you get it back 5 minutes later.
I had a thinking that there was a brain moment that was happening in my head where I was thinking this was where this case was gonna end, and
Yeah.
then like we would pick it up again at the end of the game, where like a series of events would lead us back to finally solving this case, and they'd be forced to give us back all the evidence that we had from the beginning of the game.
That's fun.
I thought it would have been really cool. They didn't
Yeah.
end up doing that, but like it's not the worst thing in the world. It would have been cool if they did, but it's fine that they didn't. But it would have been a neat way to like have something pulling you through the narrative of being like there was this case that I wasn't able to solve, but
Yeah.
like you're still roped into it by virtue of what the killer is doing.
And I guess that would have worked if it was the president that was guilty instead of Knight. But Knight is kind of just some guy.
Boy, is
Say
he
that
some
to him,
guy.
He's gonna kick off.
Yeah, he'll shoot
He's
you with
so
his
some
gun.
guy that he'll kill someone about it. Yeah.
He's got some stuff going on.
He has got a lot of stuff going on.
He's got some concerns.
I love a character who gets really angry at their own inferiority complex.
Yeah, me too.
All right, so now we move into some testimony. President Wang is talking about him making the speech. He says he remembers everything perfectly. He's a brain genius. He says that a red balloon burst to his left-hand side, which we pull up immediately because how could you forget the Steel Samurai in any context? That's the Steel Samurai.
That's the Steel Samurai.
Everyone feels the same about it as we do.
Yeah. And it turns out he's actually right, because what they did was they only inflated the bottom half of the Steel Samurai because of his red pants.
Yeah, it was supposed to just be generic red balloon, but
Yeah.
How big is this balloon? Like at full
They're
size?
pretty large.
Yeah, massive, I would say.
They also make a very clear reference to Larry Butts here as being on the periphery of this case.
as
And
a threat.
yeah, extremely scary.
It really was. I was like, no. We just got over that. Not again.
As the proprietor of the Samurai Dog's stall.
I knew it was too late in the case to rope him into it, so.
Oh, thank
You
God.
give them so much credit.
And then he says, yeah, the flags were blowing. The flags were blowing.
The flags are flying.
Robert Downey Jr. meme. The flags were blowing. So this reveals to us that the flags were blowing towards the plane. We can corroborate this with the second photo that Kay took, which does have the flag blowing towards the plane in the background. You can also see on second viewing of this photo that Knight is clearly holding something behind his open briefcase. The briefcases, I don't know if we mentioned, are shields. They're like probably like a Kevlar interior that they open up and use as like a shield.
It's really cool.
And so
Yeah,
you see
I
he's
think
clearly
it's a real
holding the
thing.
gun behind the case, and you With this new trajectory, you were able to figure out that it was him that fired the bullet that passed through the flag and the balloon.
That's weird.
And then we realised the only reason why Knightley would do that is to make it seem like there was an assassination attempt.
Yeah, we make some logical connections here. Knight had to be on the right side so that he could shoot the balloon on the right, which is why they switch places. And that means that the assassination attempt was faked. At which point we get a breakdown animation, which sucks.
Yeah, it's awful.
Where
The
President
concept
Wang-
behind it is, like, they had an idea, they just did it in a really bad way.
Well, I didn't realize what was actually going on here, Rowan. You picked it up, which is where you said that he was exhaling all of the hot air that he was, like, full of.
Yeah.
Right.
It's, like, kind of clever, but just, like, the fact that they decided to take his design in that way is a really just unnecessarily mean-spirited.
Yeah, and so he deflates in this instant, and he becomes, his face sags literally. There's a horrible animation where he's like trying to pick up his face and like put it back to where it is. His stomach is poking out from below his shirt now, and it's just really mean-spirited.
Yeah.
It's like the whole concept of him is like he is faking being like a really like strong, literally president,
Yeah.
but then in making that literal with like the appearance, it's just like you not that one.
Yeah.
Could have done that some other way.
There are literally so many other ways that they could have done that, but like the idea is that they wanted to make him look like someone whose physical form was something to be ashamed of and hide, which their go-to for that was just he's fat. It's like, okay, cool, great, awesome work, guys. It's just such a lazy, mean, unnecessary way of having a character be portrayed.
Yeah, and it's a really unfortunate misstep as well because we were
Because
like,
everything
I
else
was having
about
so
this is
much
so
fun with this case.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like they were trying to do like an inverse thing compared to like Alba, but even with Alba's like transformation, like it goes from him being like kind of frail looking to being like also kind of jacked. But like even when he was like old, it wasn't like an unkind.
Alba's thing was that
like,
he looks like a
depiction or
tree
anything.
and not.
That's actually really
Yeah,
smart
yeah,
because, like,
totally.
you're right. They are reversing the roles there. And then, like, they had the exact kind of visual metaphor they could have used. Like, Wang could have been, like, super old and, like, fucked up.
Yeah, totally.
But, you know, and then they were like, no, let's make it meaner.
I mean, even then, like you didn't even have to go down the old route. Like it could have literally just been a change in posture, you know?
Yeah, like it like just the sagging is fine. Like or just the idea that he's wearing like a muscle suit. Like it's all a facade.
Yeah.
That's the point. It doesn't need to be the original me is like something shameful that needs to be hidden away.
Because they also seem to be like, I don't know, there's definitely the like lion from the Wizard of Oz in there somewhere.
Yeah,
Like,
that's very much like what this character is he's the cowardly lion.
Yeah, but then it's just, I guess it's just unnecessary, isn't it? It's just
Yeah.
completely unnecessary to do it like that.
And so it's revealed that him and Knight settle this up to fake an assassination attempt to try and boost his popularity back home. But something has clearly gone wrong here. Because not only, well, it seems that not one but two assassins have taken advantage of this.
He really fucked
As
it,
I said,
to be
he's
honest.
got a lot of enemies.
And so Knight here turns the blame on Tabby again, says Tabby definitely 100% did this. Oh wait, also Wang reauthorizes Edgeworth to take on the investigation. You get all your evidence back.
Yeah, because he's like, hang on a minute, what did happen to Rook then? Because, like, Rook was my guy.
Yeah. Well, and also we established that Knight potentially fired twice towards the balloon. So where did that other bullet come from? Because the bullet in the body vest was planted.
Right, yeah. There's an
Now there's an
unaccounted for
extra
shot.
bullet.
Yeah.
And also we learned that the president like set up this fake assassination thing and like asked Rook to be in on it, and Rook was like, I'm not gonna dob you in, but I'm not gonna participate either because I'm like kind of an upstanding guy. And so
Yeah.
that's kind of why Knight ended up here, and he was like, look, I mean,
I'm
jumping
not an
ahead, but
upstanding
he's
guy.
like, He's like, I did so much for the president, and he still likes Rook better than me. What the fuck?
It's because of his virtuous heart.
It's because of his virtuous.
It's literally because of his virtuous heart is the thing.
Knight hits you with the "this is all conjecture" speech when you accuse him of murder.
I'm not that mad about it because I just think Knight's writing is really, really good.
We gotta find out from Tabby what she was up to. And journalists always tell the truth.
Real journalists don't lie, except all she's done is lie.
She has a laser pointer, not connected to the gun. She just has a regular laser pointer, which she was told to point at the president when she previously went to the Zengfa embassy to get a scoop and was enlisted by Knight into this plot.
Yeah, they promised
What's
her
going on with
exclusive
scoops in
access.
this case?
Yeah.
Well, look, they're very motivated.
Which this does kind of explain why she was the only journalist there,
Yeah.
because it seemed like kind of a big occasion.
I mean, there were camera crews there.
Yes, yeah, actually you're right, but their damn camera didn't work.
Aw, jeez.
Didn't have a virtuous enough heart.
And so Knight's Gambit here, that is actually something that comes up. They do call it Knight's Gambit later on.
They do, it's good.
But his gambit here is that, yes, he fired a shot into a balloon, but there were 2 shots and the other one was Tabby. But this is something, again, I realized before it came up, Knight's undoing is that he planned way too carefully here. And so the gun that he planted was fired twice. And so if Tabby fired once, then why are there 2 spent bullets in this gun? And so his planning was so careful and meticulous that as soon as we unraveled part of it, the whole thing comes apart around him,
Love when that happens.
which is really fun. And then he launches into a testimony like out of nowhere. Like completely unprompted, it just suddenly goes into testimony mode. Where, yeah, that's the gist of it. The planning gun was fired twice. Oh, we have some more stuff here, because we find out what happened to Rook.
Got shot.
He got shot. We do get a CG of Knight shooting Rook. And Knight is doing like a quick fire, like cowboy quick draw pose. And like Rook's gun is out, but he just didn't get there in time. I think this is a really cool CG as well. There's a lot of
They're all good. They're all
action
knocking it out
CG.
of the park.
Really good art in this game.
And this is interesting as well, because really everything we know about Knight so far is that he is inferior to Rook. But this image not only implies that Rook realized what was happening, but that he was too slow in this moment to save himself. I don't know. I guess they had their guns out anyway, having done this drill. I don't know. Presumably they put it away when they got inside the plane.
A valorous security guard doesn't think about saving himself, Hera.
I guess that's true. But yeah, the fact that he has his gun out implies that he was trying to defend himself. He just wasn't fast enough, which is a fun detail. Is that in this moment, Knight was quicker on the draw, despite being seemingly inferior to this
The
guy in
one
every other
time
way.
he got a one-up on Rook. The one time where it really mattered.
And we have some back and forth about, why did no one hear this shot?
There's a line here, I can't remember exactly what they're talking about. I think it's when they're talking about the assassination attempt on the president. And they're like, it kind of went off without a hitch. And Edgeworth says, a win in which a key piece is sacrificed is a hollow victory. And me and Ro both wrote, this motherfucker doesn't know shit about chess.
You only properly win at chess if you don't lose a single piece.
Miles Edgeworth would never sacrifice a blue knight.
Do you think he's ever played chess?
No, it's all
Okay.
it's all a theatre production to him.
Correction. Do you think he's ever played chess against another person?
No.
There was
No,
a
not
line
once.
in the first investigations where Gumshoe revealed that he was learning chess, that they played against each other. I don't remember.
I think he asks Edgeworth to play chess with him.
Yeah, it
I
was
see.
like, maybe we can play a match together, and then Edgeworth just says, like, yeah, maybe. I don't think there's anything that suggests they actually do end up doing that, but internal potential of the reason why that was like that is because Edgeworth was too embarrassed of just the idea of potentially losing to Gumshoe.
I was gonna say, can you imagine what it would do to his psyche if he lost a game of chess against Gumshoe?
I only have one other screenshot from the rest of this case, and it's of a line where Knight says, "What can I say? I'm a modest guy. More modest than you, that's for sure." And that really tickled me.
This is what I'm saying.
Such a good line.
The writing is so good.
Yeah. It's so much better.
There's another bit earlier on where they're talking about Tabby's involvement in the murder, and she says the line, I'm a journalist. I don't make facts. I report them. And Knight says, yeah, a journalist who signed up to fake an assassination plan in the hopes of getting a story. And it's just like, that says so much about both of these characters. Like, one of them being so blasé about the fact that they're planning to assassinate someone, and then the other one being like, oh shit, maybe my integrity is actually just a completely worthless, nebulous concept. Maybe I don't have a virtuous heart. Fuck!
When you catch him in a lie, he has an animation where his gun goes off like towards his face, and his like
So
hair
intense.
blows back like a Bugs Bunny cartoon.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's really good. It's so intense.
Cannot stop fucking around with that thing.
God, he will not stop throwing that gun around. It's so stressful.
He's
Well, the thing is,
constantly
until he fucks up, he's really good at it.
That's so true about so many things.
I love that him constantly reloading it as an animation has actually worked into the story, because I feel like they don't do that enough. I think the only other time I can think of with that is like Jake Marshall talking about his knife one time as a throwaway line.
Well, I was thinking about how we talked about the Chekhov's crossbow in the last one, and how it's like something that's in the environment that you wouldn't necessarily notice until it comes off, and then in this one it's like, yeah, you've seen him touch it, those bullets the whole time.
Yeah, it's really
for sure.
good. Because it got me thinking also about Godot and the coffee drinking, where he like specifically says how many coffees he drinks during a case, but those animations actually play way more than the amount of times he says that. So it's like an inconsistency. So the fact that they're actually like, oh yeah, like every time he shoots a bullet, he reloads his entire gun. And you actually do see him do that throughout the case. And it
It's
becomes
like-
irrelevant
It's really
to tearing apart his testimony.
Whatever the animation version of diegetic versus non-diegetic music is.
I mean, it would still just be diegetic versus non-diegetic animation,
Is
I
that
guess.
true? Does that not... does diegetic not only apply to music?
They talk about it a lot in regard to storytelling in like Dark Souls.
Yeah, diegetic just
More
means
videos.
whether it exists in the narrative world or not.
Alright, it's our first diegetic animation.
Yeah.
Might not be the first, specifically, but it's the first one that really matters.
And so what transpires here is that you're like, okay, let's get forensics in here to examine these guns. And this is a magic world where bullet markings can be traced to the exact gun that it was fired from. And to our surprise, the gun that the bullet that killed Rook... Oh, right, we find the bullet that killed Rook. It's behind the plush cow.
The horror.
We can
is
see
there
in the
for a
CG
reason.
that the Rook is standing in front of the monitor bank. I don't think you can quite make out if the monitor is behind him or not, but still, you can connect the dots because the bullet passed clean through him. So you find the bullet and you hand over to forensics, and forensics says, hey, the gun that fired this bullet is the one with the laser pointer on it that you found in the trash.
That seems bad.
How did
It
that?
seems pretty bad. By the way, have we gone past the bit where I think this might have been in the first half, where we found out that Tabby was the one wearing the red coat because
Yeah, I don't think we actually mentioned that.
Her Parker is reversible.
her Parker's reversal is something she explicitly points out to you earlier in the case.
And it's also kind of diegetic because you can see the little red lining the whole time.
Yeah,
you just
can
don't really think about
literally
it.
see it.
Yeah, and she says it's reversible and you see it, yeah. And it's
Yeah.
good. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's clever
The
that it
visuals
works.
matter. It's great.
Right under your nose, it's classic misdirection.
If Tabby is in a following case and someone gets killed by standing on a bear trap,
Chekhov's bear trap.
we can never Chekhovize the things that are in the character animations because they never actually loop them into the story, but now we have to consider that.
It's
Yeah.
true.
It's really great.
This is basically the point where I feel like there is a bit of a divergence between the writers of this game's perception of Edgeworth and my own. Because this is the part where Edgeworth basically says he has to start calling the evidence itself into question if
Yeah,
he wants
this
to
is-
prove
Yeah.
Tabby innocent.
strange.
And I was thinking to myself, I can't conceive of Edgeworth ever going that far to stick his neck out for someone, because he is so hard set on like hard, definitive, logical, provable facts and evidence, to the point where in the original trilogy he was so resistant to the idea of the supernatural that it made him lose 2 cases.
And I think in the previous game they like really kind of make an effort to like mend the like breach here, where Edgeworth is like really clearly believing in people for no good reason, but they're always like, no, the evidence isn't quite enough for me to believe it yet. Whereas in this one, he's just fully like, I just don't believe it, even though it's quite fucking like comprehensive.
Yeah, like the thing about it that mainly rubs me the wrong way is I don't see Edgeworth as the kind of person who would ever take what someone says at face value, no matter who they are. So no matter how sympathetic you might feel towards Tabby, I don't think Edgeworth would be the kind of person who would be like, yeah, I believe her because she doesn't seem like the person who would do it.
Yeah. I also feel like he just wouldn't trust his own assessment of people. Like, I don't think he necessarily trusts his own character judgment. In the first game, he mentions at one point that he doesn't trust his memory because of DL6. And, like, following all of that, you know, and growing up with Von Karma, like, I wouldn't be surprised if he's just like, maybe this person does seem trustworthy, but I don't have, like, faith in
And
my
also,
own judgment of that.
Tabby faked an assassination attempt on the president, which you would think, like, Trilogy Edgeworth would have been like, kill her.
Yeah, so true.
Also, she's a tabloid
So
journalist.
true. Yeah,
I don't know what you mean by this.
Sorry, she's a tabloid journalist in training.
She hasn't figured out quite how to warp the reality of something yet.
No, she's trying to straight up just fake reality, but she...
Yeah, by participating in a
Real
fake assassination.
journalists don't lie.
They don't lie,
don't
except maybe they do, it turns out.
Yeah.
Like,
Except
even
we have
Kay
never
is
met
like,
a reliable journalist.
she would
in
never
this
lie
game
to
yet.
us, and then she says ... Oh, but maybe what if she did? It's like, okay, so we don't trust Tabby then? What are we trying to do?
Here's a fun question. Had the B-Sky B acquisition gone through by 2011?
The what?
The B-Sky B...
Does anyone know what
I
Harris
don't
talking
know
about?
how many... whether this was just in the UK or not. But the... okay, yeah, it was the British Sky Broadcasting System. But I mean, this was happening all over the world at this time. It was launched in so it did come after, okay. This was the purchase of the British Sky Broadcasting Corporation in the UK by Rupert Murdoch.
What
Oh,
one?
right.
But I mean,
Wah,
this
wah.
is something that has also happened all over the world, of people buying out news corporations.
I want to say something. I want to make a generalization about journalists in Issa Journey, which is that
Please.
they
Okay.
are very untrustworthy as individuals, but they always contribute to the truth coming out in the case.
That is true.
And I think this is a very good example of that. And also, I think that this game is drawing attention to that in a way that the other games don't so much necessarily, by having it be like very much about like real journalists never lie kind of thing, and like coming straight off of the last game where Edgeworth was like, what is the truth and what is justice and all that kind of stuff. And then like I have kind of come around to, while we've been recording, being like, oh, a lot of this game is about like, what does it mean to have a virtuous heart when it comes to your profession kind of thing. And I do feel like Tabby is here as like another example of that alongside a lot of the other characters in this case, but like kind of one of the key questions of this, where it's like, you know, again, like what does it mean to be virtuous, and also what does it mean to like pursue the truth? And I think that's something this game might be interested in.
I'm also interested in it because, at least, like, in a lot of cases, the only time there's even anything close to an institutional critique of anything is around, like, the courts specifically. We don't get told that, like, prosecutors are made this way because there's, like, higher pressure on them to always get people convicted. Like, it's kind of mentioned, but it seems like prosecutors who are, like, bad are so because of their personal kind of morals or failings or whatever you want to call it. And likewise, we've met a couple of journalists now, and their behaviour very much seems to be, like, very individual. We don't really hear about, like, you know, the bigger picture of journalism maybe impacting the way that they are. There's like little hints here and there of, like, you know, there's obviously some competition and everyone's out for themselves to try and get scoops, but it doesn't really go institutional with it. And I think that's an interesting thing. And I wonder how much that may or may not be explored further on in this game. Much to think about.
Much to think about.
I'm very curious. Like, Tabby seems genuinely repentant at the end of this case. I'm curious whether we stick with that and see her maybe turn around, or whether we are done with her for this game. I don't know.
If this was the original trilogy, I would hold no hope out for that. Because, like, remember how many times Lotta Hart said, "I'm sorry for doing all that shit," and then did all that shit again the next time she showed up?
Yeah.
I like to think this game is a bit more willing to have characters become different over the course of its runtime, because I would like to see that. I think it's been too long since I've seen that. So yeah, I'm, again, hopefully optimistic. Cautiously optimistic.
Okay, let's get back to it. The reason that the evidence is bad is not because the evidence is bad.
But it's because it's too good.
It's because
So good.
when we handed over our evidence to Knight, he switched the laser pointer from the planted gun to his gun. I really like this because
it's really
it
good, too.
shows the guy that you are chasing, it is not a static game.
Yeah.
He is actively interfering in the investigation while you are conducting it.
It's diegetic again, right? Because we've thrown away
Yeah.
evidence before, or we've had evidence taken from us, but like this time it mattered.
Yeah, totally. Like, the closest thing to this was when we touched the urn in Luke Atmey's bag, but that
Yeah,
was
that's
so
true.
obscenely, like, pointed to that it just felt a bit silly. Like, it's like you walk in the room and they're like, look, something's changed. Oh, what could it be? Whereas in this, you wouldn't even know that had happened until afterwards, but you need to be paying attention to, like, what's happening on
Yeah.
screen, which is really fun.
And it's cool, and it's fine. The evidence wasn't bad after all. Someone had simply interfered with it, something that Edgeworth is very familiar with.
Him? No.
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 What?
Our innocent baby?
That's kind of how this game is, to be honest.
Yeah, I know it is. It's so stupid.
How both of them are.
Make this man a sicko again.
And then finally, in the final testimony of the case, you realize that he is reloading his gun constantly, so you double check with the forensics team. Hey, where did you find those fingerprints on the gun? His fingerprints are on the gun now, but he's like, well, I handled it when I took the evidence, so that's why they are there, which is fair.
I handled it.
But the forensics person says, yeah, they're on the gun. They are also on the bullets. And we have got him.
Whee.
He is the true assassin, which is something that's said in text, and it is something that you have to answer earlier in the case. And if you say yes, you do get penalized.
So silly.
Get back here. Stop
He
being
has
ahead.
a breakdown animation where he starts furiously tossing his gun, and then he tosses it high into the air and hits
Hits
something,
himself.
and a bunch of different things.
Yeah, it's a bunch of
down
references
on his
fall on
head.
his head.
Yeah, there's a blue badger plushie, there's a samurai dog's box, there's a hammer.
Who was keeping all that stuff on the roof of this plane?
No idea. And then he falls to the ground.
Probably.
Get him out of there.
His expression during that breakdown is so funny.
He looks angry.
He looks so cross. He looks like old school memes of just like a troll face or whatever, but the angry one. I don't know what things are. Everyone knows what I mean.
You mean angry face?
Sure.
Rage Comics face?
Yes.
It's good. It's really good.
Does the thinker fall on his head? It does. The thinker falls on his head. The clock from the first game.
Really?
I don't think
I
that's
didn't see
so
that
small.
one.
Nice. And one of the iFly figurines
Oh.
from last game, and some kind of round bracelet looking thing, but I can't identify what that is.
Who wears a round bracelet? Anyway, we got him.
Woo!
got him.
Get that man in cuffs.
And it turns out that the motive was that Knight just wanted to be in charge of the team. Not super ambitious. Just jealousy, plain and simple.
Yeah. It's very dramatic killing someone because you're jealous of them.
Normal to me. I don't think Knight did anything wrong ever, actually.
It's fun. Like, it was good. Everything going on with Knight, I really liked. I think he has this sort of like stubborn teenager kind of attitude.
Yeah.
He really does.
Totally.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what it reminds me of, and I don't know why my mind keeps going back to talking to Kuno and Disco Elysium, which is like a very different very different kind of energy. I more specifically mean the fact that every time you try and drag his name through the mud, he retorts with something that is like kind of juvenile, but not incorrect.
Yeah. I do think he would also call someone the F-slur.
Yeah.
Jesus.
He's constantly going like, yeah, the plan worked out and Rook died, but whatever. That means I am in charge now, and that's good.
I'm the big man. I get to make all the rules. I'm the president now.
Don't fucking worry about it.
Don't fucking worry. That's literally his attitude. He's like, don't fucking worry about it. I'm the greatest guy you've ever met. Rook wasn't shit, okay?
Yeah.
I'm
he
the
does
shit.
that, like, when the president is like, okay, I admit it, I was doing a fake assassination, but, like, what happened to Rook? Like, my guy Rook, I'm really sad about this. And everyone's like, yeah, it's really sad that, like, someone died in this fake assassination. Like, that's fucked up. And
Yeah, how did that happen?
Knight immediately starts going, well, he wasn't that great anyway, was he?
Yeah. Who gives a shit about this guy?
Actually.
He
Me when
fucking
I'm so
died,
innocent.
guys. Like, who cares? He's gone now. We don't have to keep pretending we like him. Oh my god.
God.
Really good.
Does anyone have any notes about the scene that takes place after this back on the podium? Because I do not.
I'm not sure if that's what happens here, but I do think it's interesting that the president is like, well, sorry I faked my assassination, I'm just leaving now. Like, there's no repercussions for that whatsoever.
One of these days I will face repercussions for what I did, but fuck it if it ain't gonna be today. Bye.
Tabby, however, will face repercussions.
Go to
Yeah,
jail.
she's going to jail.
Sorry.
That's against the law.
And you're gonna go to jail. What would the charge be for, like, participating in faking an assassination when being, like, hired to do it by the person that you are pretending to fake assassinate?
Jesus, I have no idea.
They gotta have something.
They gotta have something, right?
No, that one's in there word for word on the books, I think, actually.
Because, like, how in trouble can you be? It's like, yeah, I participated in a fake assassination, but the guy, like, it was the guy I was pretending to shoot at who hired me to do
like
it.
Political subterfuge or something? Like,
Yeah, I
bollocksy
guess.
thing like that.
But then, like, the president should be charged for that.
Right, but she would
Yeah.
be charged for conspiracy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
for participating in it or whatever.
Yeah.
Prize for
A
participation.
conspiracy to pretend to murder the president.
And then afterwards you go, well, what a day. But
Wow, geez, what a day.
something's still bothering me. And you go to your evidence.
You go something.
And you pick the picture of Kay taking a selfie.
Yeah.
Aww.
No, you pick the calling card that Shelley the Killer left behind and said,
The one piece of evidence that's of no purpose so far.
Shelley got away. What's his game then?
What's he doing?
And that's it. It's interesting because at the end of the first case of Investigations 1, they kind of just tweet it all out immediately.
Yeah.
Gumshoe is like, well, something's been going on with like a counterfeit operation.
Yeah. I really
some
didn't
big
like
thief
that
guy.
because it makes it difficult to, well, it doesn't make it difficult, but it like sets up the precedent that like everything that you're doing after that first case is in the past.
Yep.
Whereas I much prefer a forward driving narrative. Like, I'm okay with them being like, oh, intro scene partway through the thing, and then the rest of the case is at the start of it, leading up to it. But a whole case being relatively inconsequential at the start, I feel like I shouldn't be ragging on Investigations 1 while we're doing an episode about the first case of Investigations 2. But yeah, I really like this case. I was genuinely really pleasantly surprised by the quality of it and the returning character of the killer. Because I was thinking to myself, if they are going to do returning characters, it's going to be in the same manner as Investigations 1. I'm doing it again. But the fact that not only is he a returning character, but he's written excellently. He does a massive amount of stuff that is part of the narrative in this case. And he is going to continue to be an overarching antagonist of this entire game. I'm like, yeah, I love that.
Yeah, it's like he's a character instead of a like sock puppet that they
Yeah,
that
exactly.
they built for the kids.
Exactly.
Totally.
And that opens up so many doors for what they could be doing, because I feel like there are definitely characters in the first game, sorry, not in the first game, in the original trilogy that were underdeveloped and half-baked that could get a lot more time in the limelight. I mean, I don't know if it needs to happen. I feel like this game has done a perfectly excellent job at showcasing that it has the abilities to also write brand new, really compelling characters as well. But I'm so glad that they're making the full use of every tool in their toolbox.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued by the killer stuff. I'm hoping we see him again because there's an interesting rapport between him and Edgeworth in that he clearly respects Edgeworth and is willing to work with him to get to something. And also, what's compelling is that it's clear that the killer isn't at the top of this thing. He is just a hired gun.
Because he's a hitman.
Because he's a hitman. So, yeah, I'm excited to see where this one goes.
Yay!
There is also a little line at the end where there's like, oh, we weren't aware of this at the time, but this was part of a much larger game.
Of
I
chess.
really want you to know
maybe.
you're playing a game.
Game is highlighted in orange.
Honest to God.
This isn't a game. Someone died.
True.
I guess that was just a piece to be sacrificed.
So true.
So yeah, I'm color me intrigued.
All of this is just one move onto board, and then we're gonna get to the end, and we're gonna find out who the queen is gonna be, and who the real
yeah.
king is, and who the bishops are. I hope there's one of these that takes place in a church.
All right. Shall I kick off the ratings?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we have to do that, don't we? Dang.
I really feel like every time I come back to this case, I find something I appreciate it anew, and I'm so excited to get into this game. There's so many things I've been seeing her the whole time, and I've been going, oh my god, that's in this game as well.
Yeah, I've been doing that too. I'm like, oh fuck.
Devin just sent me a message, and I was like, yeah, that's like 1/8 of this game, maybe. There's so many things in it that I'm so excited to get to.
So many fucking things.
Yeah, so I think this is one that you should come back to again and again. That's my age rating. That's how it works.
Hell yeah. I'll go next. I was like, this case was like a good case, and I enjoyed it, and it was fine, and like I would give that a 6 style. And then I remembered everything about Shelley the Killer in this case, and we're getting bumped up to Smoking 6 style. This was fucking great. I had
The
such a
Streak
good time.
continues, baby.
Let's fucking go.
I like the fact that this one
The
gets a
perfect
Smoky
games.
6 star, like, genuinely, but it doesn't matter.
That last game
Yeah,
was
after
like
the most
such a
tenuous smoking
joke.
6
You were so pained when you had to rate the last case of the last game Smoking Stick style, Devin.
I did not have a virtuous heart at the end of Ace Attorney Investigations 1. However, we've come back anew. We're so locked
I
in.
have a feeling
so
you weren't
bad.
doing real journalism on that one.
Oh no.
No, maybe not. But the bit was funny.
The
The bit was excellent. The thing they don't tell you about journalism is that if the bit is excellent, you can get away with a lot.
You are not the first journalist to tell me that.
This was a green for me. I was so happy to have an actual case in the first game. This game. In Investigations, we did have a more like substantial case at the beginning. I'm not discounting that, but this one felt really like fleshed out compared to any of the ones we had, because we just sort of got into it. We skipped a lot of the introductions work, and we just got right into the mechanics right away. We've had everything already. Really, the only thing we didn't see Little Thief. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I kept expecting that to pop up because Kay kept being like, I'm going to be so helpful. And then she just
Yeah.
stood next to you.
Oh, she's on sabbatical.
Yeah, she left it at home.
I didn't think I was going to need it at the president's speech.
I am kind of terrified of mind chess as a mechanic because I feel like it is going to get really subtle as the game progresses, and I'm not sure if I'm equipped to deal with that.
I will say this, Hera. I think it's also based on like not only the facial expressions, quote unquote, but also just like their mannerisms of speech and stuff. I didn't look at
Yeah.
the president's face even once during his mind chess game. I was just like, okay, he's probably going to keep talking after this, or I should probably shut up here to get him to keep rambling.
Yeah, it's just there's so much potential for it to get really difficult, I think.
I love it, though. I feel like it's such a good, different way of going about getting information. I really like it.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I really like this. Other than the one major, like, glaring misstep, I really had a lot of fun with this. I'm fully on Yetagarasu 2 hiring squad. I want to see more Tabby and Kate interaction specifically. Will I be disappointed? Who knows?
Yeah,
Some people do. And you know, if she's going to be leg 2, who's going to be leg 3? Who are we going to meet? I'm really excited. I love being excited at the start of a new game. There's so much potential laid out before us.
Yippee!
Woo!
Yahoo!
Right, what's up?
There is a part of me that wants to say that this is so far the best case we've played.
Wow.
I know,
Insane.
it's a lot. I know. But the thing is, I think a lot of the reason that previous cases have rated really highly is because they were with pre-established characters whose narratives have already had time to, like, marinate. Mm-hmm. Judging this as an introduction to a video game, I think it's fucking excellent. I think there is genuinely a level of polish here that has not been in any of the other games. And I think because it is the first case of a game, there are, like, limitations to what can be done in the story. Because I know that the story has to go places first. So it doesn't seem fair to sort of judge it by the same criteria as I would, like, 3.5 or whatever. Just because, like, part of its job is setup. And I think it did an excellent job at setting up essentially everything it needed to. There are very little criticisms I have of the case as a whole. So it's really hard for me to, like, I'm visualizing the definitive rankings of cases when we eventually do our big list of which case is the best. That makes Devin very scared.
Every single time, the fear and dread in my heart is just unmanageable.
Like, it's definitely up there, because I think a lot of the reasons the other cases rank so highly is because they're like, oh yeah, this brought, like, really good conclusive writing to a character arc, or, like, it wrapped a bunch of tidy ribbons on a story, or stuff like that. And this case can't do that because it's the first case. But I think it is definitely up there as one of the best, for sure. Aside from, like, some very minor shortfalls in the grand scheme of things, I think this case is really, really good. So because of that, I'm going to rate it a cosmic.
Okay, all right.
Cosmic?
Yeah.
Pretty good. Just to go off on the back of what you were saying, Ro, something I didn't mention, and something that I've complained about a lot in previous games, is that this is a really strong sequel hook. In a way that I think every other game since the first game has not really had for me. Like, we really don't waste any time getting into this, and it feels great. You're like, you and I have an understanding of, you know, I've played Investigations 1. I know what I'm getting into here. Let's just get into it.
Yeah.
And it's great.
It is. I'm glad we all love this
I
one.
have another thing to add, which is that, like, I guess with the original trilogy, and even some aspects of Ace Attorney Investigations 1, there's some elements of, like, oh, Hecate, you're fine. She loves the game too, she says. There's a lot of elements of, like, particular archetypes of anime characters coming through, and oh, Hecate, please. She's got so much to say about this case. Like, when I think about, like, you know, Larry Butts as the kooky guy, and then, like, the kooky girls, and, like, so much of that being really kind of a bit whatever and flippant.
Oh my god, she's being so noisy.
She's got so much to say. Hecate, what?
We usually can't hear her through Discord, and then I hear her in the playback, but
Yeah.
now we can.
That's so funny. I don't know. There's something about this where I feel like that it just doesn't feel as contrived. And
Yeah, the
as
characters
tropey,
feel like characters,
and
not like archetypes.
Yeah, they really do. And they feel like they belong to their own internal logic, which obviously it's just because, you know, a couple of them reference chess, and I don't know. But there's something really nice about that. It's
I love
just
the chess stuff.
the writing
It's really good.
is so much better.
Yeah.
It's great. So
I wonder
rad.
if we're going to see more of Winston, and
I hope so. Probably not, but I hope so.
maybe like, but this is what we're getting at, right? It's like if they're doing character work, then what they've done is they've established that Winston and the chief prosecutor have some kind of connection where, you know, maybe they're old friends or something.
They're hanging out.
Do you think the reason that
They're
Winston
hanging
Payne
out.
is still a licensed prosecutor is because of nepotism?
Yeah, you think there's some kind of something fishy going on here?
Maybe.
Do you think?
I don't
Do you
know.
think the chief prosecutor is his hot wife?
Much to think about.
Much to think about.
But if we go down the route of there's something fishy going on with the chief prosecutor, then Winston's right there.
Interesting. I'd love to
Interesting.
see Winston again. It would be really funny if they added him in every case, but he was like a hidden character that you had to find as like an Easter egg.
Oh.
Maybe this is secretly the Winston jokification story. We finally catch him out.
That's
and
why
he
it's
goes
called
full
Prosecutor's
supervillain.
Gambit.
Yeah. It's his gambit.
It's his
Yeah.
gambit.
I just want it to be like the maps are much bigger and you have to travel around and talk to a lot of people, and hidden away in some corner of each one is Winston, and every time you find him he's like, haha,
Bro
you found me.
wants a
Collect one of my special
personalized-
Winston coins.
Where's Waldo book, but it's got
Where's Winston? Yeah!
God, the best
I want to
piece of
drive
merch
Edgeworth's
that could
cool red
exist.
car.
Where's Winston would be really good because he is hard to pick out from a crowd at the best of times.
I don't know. In the game where everyone is obscenely colourful, the grey man is going to be so.
You know what?
quick to
Actually, that's a
spot.
very good point. Yeah. He's also the only guy who's balding.
I love this
Alright.
game. I love talking about this game with you guys.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's been so long.
I'm having fun.
It's been
We're
so
back.
long.
All right. Does anyone have any closing notes on this case that they haven't touched upon yet?
No,
Nah.
not me.
No. All right. Well then, let's wrap this thing up. Let's put it in the can.
Let's all get in this big car.
Hong Kong.
Honk honk.
Hong Kong. That's it. That's the end of the podcast.
My life. Thank you for being in it. I'm so happy.
Oh my god.
Do you want me to get a honk honk in so you can put it in post?
Yeah, sure.
Honk honk.
Yay!
Yay! Okay.
Yay!
Drive safe, everyone.
Drive safe.
We got there in the end. Man.
Oh god, I love everything so much.